Hey, Sassy fam, welcome to your Sunday check-in. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. Once more, happy holidays to you all. And here we are a couple of days prior to New Year's Eve and day. So happy New Year's to all my sassy crew. You guys, I can't believe it. We're almost in 2025, just a couple of days ago, right? We were doing Christmas. It was beautiful, by the way. It's more than what I could ever ask for every year, you know. I just find this quality time with family and friends to be so peaceful and so loving and everything it should be. You know, for me, it's just such a blessing. It lives up to its promise of just love and that sense of goodwill and spirit and connectivity that is so crucial, it seems now more than ever. So, you guys, once more, no matter what you celebrate, how, with who, or when, may it be a good representation of what you love and why, and may it be given back to you and you give to it, and may it continue on, yeah? Oh, but you guys, yes, 2025 is upon us. I will remind myself there towards the outro to do a kind of celebration popper, which if I do now, obviously it'll make a mess everywhere, and I know that would make Cinnamon ever so happy, but we'll have to save that towards the very, very end because we have a reading to do, right? So we'll make our little congratulatory Happy New Year mess there towards the end, yeah? But you guys, like always with the holidays, stay safe out there, right? Safe travels, happy celebrations, safe celebrations. And honey, if you got someone in your life to kiss for New Year's Eve, kiss them hard. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. Embrace it, own it, get all up in there and celebrate that new year properly. You know what I'm saying? All right, so what are we doing today? Well, what a segue. Like always, what a segue. Today we are doing predictive. Yes, we're going to do a shortened predictive reading for all 12 signs. And by that I mean we're going to do a simple 3-card draw predictive once more. And we will clarify all 3 draws. Yeah? But yeah, a nice short predictive reading, I thought, to really celebrate and welcome in and usher in the new year. Okay? But like with all readings, take what resonates, leave what does not. But do keep in mind what you're about to see here today is largely meant to be predictive. So there's stuff here that just may not resonate with you yet. That's the idea. That being said, these are still general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say they may not resonate at all now or further down the line. That's all right. All right. That's what collective readings are. And if that happens, check your other placements. You will find yourself in there either now or later. All right, you guys, what else is there to say? Gosh, just once more, happy holidays, and thank you so much for being part of this channel. And there's so much good and unique and loving things to open up to this year, and I can't wait. I can't wait to be part of it all. And oh, there's so many things I can't wait to catch you all up on, but that's for later. Just once more, thank you all so much for being part of this world and this little world we created here on YouTube that is Sassy Scorpion Tarot. And you know, thank you for allowing me in your life. I've said it like a couple hundred times. I don't know why. I have no idea why you guys watch me. I have no idea why you subscribe, but you do. And I absolutely adore you. I love you for that. Because I tell you what, honey, you know, a subscriber is not too different from the content creator. Honestly, it's really who your people are, who your tribe is. And I've always said, well before I started YouTube, I am an acquired taste, honey. I'm an acquired taste, you know. Not everyone gets it. So that being said, that tells me a lot of you get that. You identify. You yourself are an acquired taste, honey. I appreciate your style. All right. Thank you all so much for what you bring to this channel. I will see you at the Thursday check-in. Maybe some shorts. I will see you at your sign. Take care. Be well. Leo, you're first. What's going on, please, for Leo? Let's get some predictions, please. For Leo in the new year. Show me Leo in the new year. Show me Leo in the new year. Predictive. Oh, let's see Leo in the new year, please. Leo in the new year. Cinnamon just came blazing in. She's on guard duty right now. And by that I mean she heard people walking outside. What's going on? The Knight of Swords, Page of Cups. Oh! You had a little unexpected energy pickup. You're not aware of it yet. Why would you be? Hasn't happened, darling. But I see you rushing forward over heart space. That I don't think you knew you'd be taking action towards. We have the Knight of Swords, Page of Cups, little guy, but Knight of Wands. Ooh. It went from I'm on it to what's up? This feels good. Now, don't get me wrong, Page of Cups, little guy, but that's all right. You got to start somewhere, you know what I'm saying? So I see you, predictively speaking, taking action towards something, and you didn't quite see that happening. I'm very curious about your knights here. One starts off with, right, I'm on it, go-to energy, Knight of Swords is, right? I got this, I'm all over this. To, well, this feels a little more comfortable with the Knight of Wands. What's going on? A little more curious, a little more hope-filled, a little bit more passion-filled. Excuse you. I think she just belched. She had a big chicken chew earlier, so I think she ate a little too fast. Oh, excuse you. I'll tell you what. All right, let's see that Knight of Swords, please. What's going on? Three of Pentacles, Eight of Wands. That's what I'm saying. It's a little mechanical at first. It is. Three of Pentacles, Eight of Wands to Three of Wands. It's almost like saying, I didn't know this was going to come through. Or you felt like you shouldn't have any sort of emotional expectations that something was going to come through in terms of communication or action. It's kind of like you're saying, you know, okay. Well, this was a possibility. This was a theory, but here we are. We're practicing it now. So it's coming across as a distance. It's a little further out. But I promise you, there's something here that you did not expect to take action towards or communicate towards. And then you're like, oh, well, here we are. Fast forward. You didn't expect it. But something's getting hammered out between you and someone else. And it starts off, again, as cooperation, friendship. Perhaps this is a work collab thing. But the communication starts out a little bit mechanical, a little bit to and fro. I exchange, you exchange, I exchange, you exchange. You know, and again, this is stretched out over a Three of Wands. So there's some distance here. It's been time. There's this idea I wasn't expecting to communicate or take action towards this, but I'm here now. And someone is communicating with you, okay? And it looks like it's initially in the interest of bare minimum, like we say, cooperation, okay? Let's take a look at that Page of Cups. I'm curious because they're like, I didn't think I'd be doing this, but here we are. It's again, once more through that predictive lens. It's like, I didn't think I'd be talking to this. I don't think I'd be constructing towards this. And yet here it is. The evidence is right there, honey. It's not to be disputed. Can you see, darling? Hold on. There we go. Better. Okay. Let's see that Page of Cups. Let's see that little auspicious guy. Let's see that Page of Cups, please, for Leo. I have been revisiting the catalog, the musical catalog of The Killers. Great band. But it's just one of those things you stop listening to, and for some reason I've been tuning back into them. And right now I have got When We Were Young on repeat over and over and over, pretty much since I sat down for you. So that might mean something to some of you. Okay. Page of Cups, we have the Four of Cups, Strength, you, the High Priestess. Oh, okay. Your intuitive self. Look at that. Very strong for you right now. That's your power card, darling. And strength. The High Priestess. You can feel your heart space opening towards this. I might push that a little further. You're coming from a sad place. There's echoes around this. Perhaps you've been a little disconnected. But you feel like the more you take action towards this, talk to it, you can feel your heart space easing. You weren't expecting that either. But it feels good. It does feel good. You feel intuitively that it's making you stronger the more you stay in there. Talk to this, work with it, communicate with it. It's pulling you out of something. I'm not trying to go into the past, but I can kind of see where you're coming from in terms of, say, your emotional profile or your emotional flavor, if you will, has been a little down and disconnected. So again, in a predictive lens, This is unexpectedly you talking to this, communicating with it, working with it, okay? It's kind of pulling you out of the, well, I'd say the pull, you know the expression, right? It's taking us out of the dumps a little bit. It's pulling us out. Okay, it's lightening us up. And then the more you open up towards it, you can kind of feel your intuitive self being coaxed forward too. And it makes you feel good. It makes you feel strong. Okay? There's something about this that you find emotionally reassuring. You weren't expecting to open your heart space towards it, but you are. And it feels good. It feels good. Nothing too crazy. Page of Cups, not crazy. But again, it's that sense of the more I connect to this, the more it seems to your delight, you feel better. Let's say that Knight of Wands. Let's say that Knight of Wands. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Leo. You're a very beautiful wolf, honey, but you're not a lion, okay? No, your people are Virgo. Yeah. Let's see that Knight of Wands, please. I'm talking to Cinnamon. I hope you know that. Is she talking to an imaginary friend? No, I'm talking to my dog. Yes, I talk to them all the time. You really should, particularly Huskies. They have such strong communication patterns with their owners. The Moon. Oh, the Emperor. The Fool. Ooh, the lolly. Man, there's so many notes to this you weren't expecting to hit. Oh, predictive indeed. Yeah, caught my eye there. Queen of Cups underlying. Cool. It's hard. Why your initial reaction is to suppress your passion and your rising interest in this, but it's getting harder and harder and harder, and that's what he said. No pun intended. I'm just saying it's there. Yeah, no, so it started off as talking, communication. Okay, well, this is happening. I wasn't expecting this. Your heart's starting to relax around the subject. In fact, it gets reinforced. Your intuitive self is waking up. You recognize the strength in this. Feels good. But then your Knight of Wands is kind of taking over the show here. It's like, you know, get you kind of giddy, bouncing in your seat a little bit. And you're like, I can't show that. But despite your effort to kind of smother that, to smother that feeling, the Emperor, the Fool, it's like, okay, I'm going to open up. I'm going to open up. I'm going to open up. I'm just going to do it in a controlled sort of Leo way where I'm not giving too much away. But I am going to open up towards this. So it's interesting to see that kind of dynamic play over here because they're all trying to keep each other in a kind of checks and balance system between, oh, I can't show too much to, you know what? I'm empowered. I can handle it. I'm gonna be a little bit foolish here. I'm gonna open up towards this because I'm comfortable. I can do it. Yes, you can. You can. There's gonna be some elements where you're like, don't give it all the way too much too soon. It's like I said, it's kind of a power dynamic you're experiencing within yourself, and it's quite powerful. So you're actually having quite a strong reaction to this, but the more you get from it, the more it constructs back with you, the more it communicates back with you, the more it's coaxing out these elements in you that are very powerful and very strong. I mean, you weren't expecting to talk to this, right? You weren't expecting to construct with this. Again, Three of Pentacles has a very loose definition of a working structure in tarot. The idea is it's a springboard. It starts there at the cooperative, friendship, whatever level, and then it builds out. Okay. And where it lands, nobody knows. It takes literally the effort of two people to define that. So it could be a work construct. It could be a relationship construct, but it starts here. More often than not, it starts right about here. So what is essentially being built between you and someone else has enough soft notes in it to suggest that it makes you personally feel good as this unfolds. And again, you opened up with, well, I didn't know I'd be doing this. But once more, here we are. So, but you're taking leadership towards this. You're taking initiative. You know, it's like, well, if they talk to me, I'll talk to them back. Right? That's all you're really showing me. But then the heart space gets involved in such a small way. It was so easy to dismiss it, but then I see your power card. It's like it's coaxing your intuitive self. And it feels good. And then boom, there's that lovely spike of energy that's much more your natural self. They're like, I can't show that. Okay, I'll show that a little bit. I got to show that I'm excited, right? Because if you suppress your excitement too much, well, there's a sense of that's not correct either. And you're right. You'd be suppressing a part of yourself that's naturally there. Okay, so the idea is, again, a compromise with your kind of empowered self with the Emperor. Excitement, but not too excited. I want to open up just not all at once. I don't want to seem disconnected. Right, you don't want to seem disconnected, because that might turn the situation off, or it might turn the level of cooperation off. You might be right? Because when you affect one lever, the power processes and how they work mechanically can go up and down. So you want to show something, just not too much. It's, again, I'm only getting the briefest glimpses of perhaps the next several weeks, maybe a month. After that, it just needs more time to develop for you to get more comfortable with it, okay? That's a good way to start, though. That's nice. Oh. Where are we on time? Only I could make a meal, honey, out of a 3-card draw. Honestly, these really shouldn't be longer than 10 minutes. And I say that, and I do this every single freaking time. Oh, yes. Lion, that's you. Yay. Number 16. Oh, good job. You're all over this. Harness the loyal and protective aura of the lion and charge ahead magnificently. I know. That's your opening right there. That's 1,000% your opening. It's like, I didn't know I was going to be here talking to this. And I do see you pursuing conversation with it. But you're like, well, here I am. And it feels okay. It feels good. I like it. I do. Makes me smile a little bit. Sweet in its own way. 35, wish. Your heart's desire is ready to come true. Love. 17, love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. You guys, is that what you're trying to show me? The suppression of your desire because it's starting to feel really exciting, like something's happening. Oh, remember, don't be so disconnected that you feel turned off from it, or it starts to lose interest in you. So remember to open up more, feel comfortable with your power here, all right? But yeah, no, some of you, this is a very strong wish and love, and it's just beginning to unfold. And I like your opening. It's like, right, dun 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 dun, dun, right? I'm connecting to this. I'm talking to it. I'm taking. But I like how your heart space starts to soften to it just a little bit. And you feel more like you, right? Strength with your intuitive self, so that's lovely. Yes. Let go. Let go of what? The sense of it could not be. Let go of any preconceived notions. Let go of any sense of inhibitions here. Trying to talk yourself out of it. Let go. Let go of something. Otherwise, this won't happen, right? Allow yourself to let go a little bit. Because I see you here, forward momentum, forward action. Even if it's done so cautiously. It's still building. It's still tentative, whatever it is. But there's something idea of let go. Allow yourself to immerse in this. Allow yourself to try, Let go. That's lovely. There's a peaceful resolution here. Within yourself, within the situation. It's going to be more so over here in the opening and the beginning construct. Okay? Okay. And I think just one of these. This one's harder to grip. It's so big. Yeah. Okay, number 39. You are the truth seeker, awakening, actualizing, transcending. How can you invite more grace to guide you? Number 39. Okay. Last but not least, we have the letters J, L. We have the medallions of Gemini, Pisces, and Scorpio. The key word there being passionate. You might have any of these signs very strongly in your chart. Could be connecting to as well. All right, Leo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Sag, welcome to your New Year predictive read. What's going on, please? Show me, Sag. Early New Year. Early New Year. Predictive. Predictive. Show me, Sag, please. Temperance, that's you, darling. Ace of Wands. The Lovers. I can't. It hurts with so much yumminess. I just can't. I can't. I could just faint from the intensity. I'm sorry. It's my dramatic side, which you play into. I have 2 key Sagittarius elements in my chart. Thank you. Temperance, that's you, darling. You look gorgeous. Opening up that new year, feel like, yeah, I feel good. I feel good. I've done a lot of good constructive work on me. So Temperance, your own particular power card, yeah? A lot of misconceptions around Temperance and what it does. First of all, Temperance equals time. And it is a very strong or direct indication of healing, but it's the kind of healing that takes a lot of hard work from the self within, not from without. In other words, it's not external validation healing, it's internal. That's why people aren't a terribly big fan of it, because it requires a lot of internal work and it takes space over months, seasons, years for some people. And there's a lot of turbulence that goes on in there. So I don't know if you recall, the angel is responsible for bringing the waters together. Okay? The difficult feelings, turbulence. And that process can take a lot of time, patience, and compassion for the self. So again, a lot of people aren't big fans of it. And it's hard to carry that out, you know? But you've done well for yourself. I say that because you're absolutely glowing. You're radiant. You've done a lot of work on yourself. And again, it was an internal thing. You know, you have to want to do it. You have to want to become a better person. You have to want to become a more idealized you. That's why a lot of people don't mess with it. Okay? It's not enough to think it. You got to live up to it. So that means a lot of self-consolidation, which you've done. You're ready for something. And like I said, you're all but glowing. Ace of Wands with the Lovers. So I can't fault you for that glow, darling. You keep on. You look gorgeous. And something gorgeous is coming up for you. So, to say you are lit with a capital L-I-T, period, is an understatement. So just for funsies, let's take a look at you. Otherwise, I'm ready to dismiss you. But, class dismissed. No, we have a job to do. There might be misgivings. But this is predictive. Right around the corner. I see your energy highly, highly engaged with a strong connection. All I can tell you is from your base of operations, you've done a lot of work, and you might be ready for this, to accommodate this, or to understand it. You might reject it. I don't know. Kind of depends. Let's take a look at you. I mean, it's like if somebody be like, Ace of Wands, the Lovers, hello. Yeah. Sometimes it's the strongest connections that we least want to mess with. It just kind of depends, like I said, where you're coming from. So let's take a look at you. But, oh my, that's a nice way to kick off the new year. Yeah. If this is someone you're already connected to, it's gorgeous. It looks like it's just getting started. For others of you, this represents something that is yet to make an appearance or reappearance. Lovers. Oh, yeah. It can be like that. Let's take it. Okay. The Emperor for some of you has some strong Aries in your chart, FYI. Judgment. The 10 of Cups. 6 of Pentacles. You have a beautiful base of operations. You said the only thing that really matters in this life, and this is your particular judgment call, your lesson, is happiness and kind of a sense of healthy balances with those who matter the most. 10 of Cups is comprehensive. So you're showing me that you're very family-oriented, okay? And you know this about yourself, and you're saying, nothing is so important in this life than my family, my friends, those whom I balance with. You're like, that's what's important, and how I balance against them, okay? Understanding my place in their life because I know what they are in mine. And you're saying, this is what counts, and this is all that counts. So you're saying if something else outside of that can't measure into the 10 of Cups, you're saying you can't be bothered with it or balance against it. So you're telling me straight away as you enter the new year who you are. And you said your new year self was like, we've done a lot of work, and I will only keep those people in my life who I know deserve a place amongst the kind of emotional rainbow, if you will, that is the 10 of Cups. They deserve to be in my life, and I deserve to be in theirs. It's a good system. You're saying you're all about your systems, your checks and balances. Okay? So you have a very strong platform. How are you going to perceive this Ace of Wands and the Lovers? Is this someone who can fit in further down the line, or... Or they like a strong gust of wind. Let's take a look at that Ace of Wands. I get you, honey. I get that. You know, I'm all about that family life too. Does it check? You know, can I balance with it realistically? Does it have a place in my life? These are all major judgments, lessons, determinations, you know. Always know who you're coming, or who you are, right? And where you're coming from, and what you understand is important to you, okay? Let's see the Ace of Wands. The Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Wands, the Knights of Pentacles. Oh. Okay. It took a minute for someone to arrive. A minute. Someone resisted moving forward in this idea of new beginning. It was either you or the lover. A lot of resistance attached to somebody, no matter how slow. And they were slow with the Knights of Pentacles. Cross that over with the Wheel of Fortune. It took forever for someone to arrive that they wanted to be there and stop resisting. Stop getting in their own way. Stop putting walls up. That's the march of time that catches up to us in the new year. That's either you or the other person. It's like saying it took me a long time to realize I wanted to be here because I kept getting in my own way. And then I allowed the months and the seasons to pass. And I was very, very busy denying that I wanted to be here. I was very, very busy denying that I wanted this energy between us. All right, let's see that Lovers. Very busy denying that I had that kind of energy, that I wanted a new beginning, you know. Okay, the plot thickens. Let's take a look at the Lovers, please. Someone who is so very comfortable with what they're about, okay? And the standards they kind of set for themselves and the major life choices, their core beliefs. Family first. I measure up with people who matter because they're in my life for a reason, okay? It's hard for me to believe that this one's you. Let's see the Lovers, please. Not an accusation, I'm just saying. You're saying you know what's worth your time, energy, and effort and what you expect to give and receive. You know? Okay, let's see that Lovers, please. The Empress, the Lovers twice, the Seven of Cups. Somebody here strongly wants to know. Strongly. If you or they could open up, you both feel it. The Lovers is here twice. So I got at least acknowledgement on both sides of the board. What this is. Good. It drives me crazy when one person distinctly feels it and the other person distinctly denies it. So whoever was begrudgingly marching forward was probably in that space of denial for a while. I don't want this. I don't have energy for this. I don't have time for this. And yet they kept, no matter how, because that was kicking and screaming energy, plodding forward despite all the oppositions they put in the way for themselves. So it's a lot of denying. Ace of Wands, energy for this, blah, blah. Okay, too much time has passed anyway, blip. And yet it's still there. Strong as it ever was. Ooh, there you are right there on the split. You've done a lot of work on yourself. I'm not saying you're perfect. What I'm saying is that you know you. And that's half the battle right there. If I'm being honest with you, I do see you allowing yourself to open up towards this, even if it's in an exploratory way. But it seems, I know it sounds cheesy, honey, but I love cheese. It seems these two souls will not be denied. You know? It's coming up. It's coming up. So it's a good thing you know who you are. This is going to strongly connect to you, strongly call to you, as it does them. Honey, they was kicking rocks the whole time. It's like, I'm not headed in this direction. I'm not headed in this direction. I'm not trying to connect to that. And yet, look at them now. You have to know who you are, okay? They either perceive you as the Empress or you understand that you're the Empress. But there is a kind of call here on both sides to open up towards each other. to choose each other in some way. My. I ain't bad, you know? But hey, you know, there's the proof of choice, not the absence of it. I can only see what's here, not what isn't. I can see where you are comfortably making decisions for yourself. I can see where someone was resisting over a long period of time, but still ended up in the same place in the same damn direction, despite that resistance, just for these two people to eventually connect again and kind of feel towards each other. I would like to open up. Okay, it's a spiritual feeling. It's an emotional feeling. Okay. And that's a choice, guys. It's a choice. And I see two people wanting to make that choice. But what you will actually do in real life, that's up to you, honey. That's up to you. Okay? I don't know how much further out. I honestly do not know. I am focusing. Like I said, I don't know how much further out. I'm focusing on the immediate predictive. Okay? But time is what time is in tarot. Number 20, marriage. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. I didn't say you two would be married tomorrow. What I said is you two are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love. Yeah, something here is being built in a way that suggests unity. As the two champagne glasses would indicate, also that time of celebration. Perhaps we connect over New Year's. Yeah, 20. All right. Sometimes I feel between us like Willy Wonka, the good one. Gene Wilder, Willy Wonka, just that kind of smartass who just seems to know it all, but I prefer to sing song and allude to things with metaphors than actually give anybody a straight answer. And that's why he's a smartass. I love it because he already knows. He already knows his thoughts. He already knows his feelings. He already knows. He knows. But he chooses how he reveals what he knows. It's either through song, metaphor, but it's never a straight answer. And I feel like that all the time. And I'm okay with it. You know why? Because he got some things right. Okay. Improving health. I know. I saw that. That's more or less you. Improving health overall. Your internal self specifically. And there is that opportunity. 'Tis arriving. All right. You know that shot, if you're familiar with the old one from the 70s, where he's just like, that's me all the time. When I see something coming or I feel it coming. And it's only when I do readings really anymore in my own life. No, honey, I just live. But when I do work for others, sometimes it still comes through. Number 28, don't run from the darkness. Embrace your shadow side. What aspect of yourself have you been afraid to look at or address? Again, going back to that heavy duty, I did my work. I did my shadow side stuff. I know who I am. I know what I'm about. And you can only have true integration like this unless you have faced your fears, you know? That was very important to you. So whatever it is that's happening here, just know that you know yourself well enough to handle this. And if you want to be part of it and open up towards it, it is your choice. Okay? You know? Hopefully this person stops getting in their way. Because if they really want you to open up towards this, that means they need to as well in order to sustain it. It will not do to keep getting in our own way, because it might recreate problems, right? That's where some of you might say no, especially if you know this person. Here you go. We have the medallion of Gemini. Some of you might have some very strong Gemini in your chart. Could be connecting. Their season, by the way, might be critical too. We did have the Lovers series twice, and I did see the Six of Pentacles. So next June for some of you. Okay, or roughly speaking, Gemini season, which is late May to late June. All right, we have the music note. For some of you, music is terribly, terribly important. Or there's a bonding element between these two about music. And then we have two cats, one in the upright, one in the downverse. Someone is very good at listening to themselves, the other person not so much. All right, I didn't get any letters, and I always feel comfortable with letters, okay? One letter, P. And then we have Gemini's medallion twice. Let me know if this is Gemini. Again, it could be Gemini is a critical placement for some folks, not necessarily their dominant. And again, high, strong reflection of Gemini season, FYI. Goodness gracious. I got to remember to tell Gemini to check out Sages now. I haven't done theirs yet. Okay. Saggy honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aries, welcome to your New Year's predictive read. What's going on, please? Show me, Aries. What's going on for Aries? 2025. Predictive. Show me, Aries. One more. Let's see that Aries energy. New Year's. What's going on? Two of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, the Seven of Cups. To your surprise, perhaps not surprise, let's be real, Two of Pentacles suggests it's been on your mind, but you were probably convinced you would never make a decision on something. You will be. It won't be immediately apparent after the new year, but it's coming to you. And this is something that you have had what feels like no resolve on. Two of Pentacles, something's been up in the air, left, right, wishy-washy, yes or no, for a long time. And it seems, like I said, not too much to your surprise, but it's going to be one of those things where you might have been convinced there would be no resolution. There will be. You will be, leaving something behind. I don't know why my stutter/lisp is kicking in so hard for you right now, but it just is. You will be leaving it behind. You probably thought you never could, but you're gonna. And that's going to free up your heart space a little bit, Seven of Cups, to allow you to explore other things. Okay? But I know it's one of those things. It's not like a Tower surprise, but it's one of those things with the Two of Pentacles where you've been, going over a situation, a thing, a place, a circumstance, a difficulty for so long. It's like you can't imagine just letting it go. You might do exactly that. Let's see what that Two of Pentacles is. I just kind of want to briefly look at where you're coming from and then how you kind of mentally equip yourself to let go. Two of Pentacles. Let's see that Two of Pentacles, please, for Aries. What have you been back and forth about? Let's do that. Let's see that Two of Pentacles, please. The Ten of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Empress. That's rough. That's rough. Okay. I need to push that a little more. Three of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, the Queen of Wands. It's okay. 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 I like how the energy there turned around. Once you started calling this a friendship, it got easier. Yeah, I think you're right. The Empress, Knights of Cups, Ten of Swords, simply put, your heart space has not felt vulnerable towards someone in a long time. Softness, romantic. Okay. The expression of love has been wiffle-waffle back and forth for a long time around one particular person. You're saying your heart doesn't flow in that direction, and you know that. You've been knowing that, but it pains you. It pains you a great deal. To say, my heart is no longer soft towards this. I'm no longer romantic towards this. I'm no longer emotionally attached or emotionally expressive to this, and it hurts you. It hurts you to experience it. It hurts for you to feel what isn't there. It hurts you to feel what's not being received. Okay? It hurts. It hurts. The Knight of Cups works both ways. What's being deployed and what's coming back to you. You're saying this doesn't make me feel good, Ten of Swords. It doesn't make me feel empowered. I don't like feeling like this towards someone else, and the idea that it comes back to me this way doesn't make me feel any better. You're right. There towards the end, I'm kind of like, well, what does this qualify then as? You're like, honestly, we get along better as friends. And there's something to that, isn't there? You're saying it feels more even. Literally, it feels more even. There you are, with the Queen of Cups and Three of Pentacles. You're saying it feels a lot more even when we work constructively together as friends, or we're cooperative. But if we're talking about big status, as the Emperor Empress would suggest, you're saying it's too disappointing. But we get along fine. You know, some of my best elements come out, and their best elements come out when we're cooperating, or we're just friends. And so the Two of Pentacles suggests, what do I do with this information? Because here we have a lack of an emotional status, but a high sense of a kind of working respect between these two. And you're like, you've been at a loss, because you can make one work. Realistically, in reality, you can make it work. But our heart space is not satisfied with that. Okay? One suggests practical, I can get along with them, they can get along with me. I know this, they know this. But if you were at peace with that subject, you would not be showing me, what do I do with this? Two of Pentacles. And like I said, for some of you, this has been on your mind for many a month, season, or year. The emotional flow between these two is not what it was, but you can get along. All right, that's enough of the backstory. This is what you have been carrying with you for some time. Let's see that Six of Swords, please. Let's see that Six of Swords. Show me that Six of Swords. Show me that Six of Swords. Perhaps this is better a case of friendship as opposed to an emotional-based relationship. Okay. Let's see that Six of Swords. And you know that you've been suspecting, otherwise what's the point of the Two of Pentacles? If you were willing to accept the friendship as is, the cooperation element as is, the constructive, busy element as is, for your relationship, you wouldn't be showing me, what do I do with this? Because you know what you know. You also feel what you feel. And those two things are in conflict. Fair, yes. Let's see that Six of Swords, please. But it's always, well, we get along, though. So I keep it going, right? Maybe the feelings will kick back in. Sometimes they do. Sometimes they do. That's the whole point of cooperation and compromise, is that we still get to replenish and rediscover our feeling there and why we do it at all, right? Sometimes we don't. Let's see that Six of Swords, please. Two of Cups, Four of Wands. Okay. And thank you for being honest. Okay. And the Two of Swords. I know you went back and forth on this for a long time. You've been very honest about that. Let's just do one more. The Page of Swords. And in that respect of you didn't give this much insight until you were doing it. Okay. I don't know when this happens for you. And a Page of Swords, you kept your mind small on the matter. You really did. You didn't want to think about it too much, in other words. At some point, though, you are going to start making inroads and leaving this behind. It's some sort of relationship where we used to recognize the emotional union in it as being fair until at some point on your timeline you stopped seeing it as fair. And up until at some point in 2025, you never thought you would leave it. It's not done so maliciously or with anger. Okay? Again, you yourself really tried to stay in that space of peace and friendship, and I can make this work, and I can make this work, and they did too. But the whole point of making this work or compromise is, again, to understand that there's something there worth connecting at all, the emotional space. Okay? And the Six of Swords, I see you leaving this behind gently, not maliciously. And up until at some point in 2025, you didn't know that you would. You really didn't. It was there in the back of your mind, but again, it was small. Page of Swords. Okay. When you will be doing this, I don't know. I don't think it's immediately around the corner, but you would know best, or you might see it for yourself. Okay. I think you two did the right thing. I think you two did the best you could for as long as you could. Working together, cooperation, making it work. I can do this. And you both did. You both kept it in a functioning state. I have no doubt, with the intention of bringing the feeling back. But it didn't. And that was the whole point of staying in there to make it work, is to understand that there was still something in there worth working towards and with. Okay. So when I'm telling you, you didn't quite see how this was going to flesh out for you, it's honestly meant. No big explosions here. It's the idea of I need to move on from this. And it is some sort of relationship, which once more is how two people literally define it. And there seems to be a distinct case here of lack of love. But there is cooperative effort. Okay? That's how I know you both tried. This will be done piece by piece. All right? I sincerely doubt it'll be an overnight thing. It'll be done piece by piece. Let's see. The Six of Swords almost always suggests a kind of peaceful resignation. I need to be at peace with this. I need to move on. It's more of a mental space that precedes the action. All right? Let's see that Seven of Cups, please. Whatever that union is to you, you can honestly say you tried your best to make it work. Okay? Let's see that Seven of Cups, please. There's respect here. There is. But outside that respect, it's missing components. Okay. Nine of Wands, the Sun, Page of Wands. It's almost alien to you, I would imagine. It's almost alien to you opening back up. It's taking you a while to coax out this sense of happiness. What does that mean? You're really thinking about it in future. Seven of Cups. What does it mean to be open? What does that mean to be emotionally vulnerable? What does that mean to explore feelings? And it's something that you've been resisting for so long. Nine of Wands, again, trying to actively pursue the Sun for you is going to feel a little alien at first. I understand. I do. It makes perfect sense. But nevertheless, it's something that you've had to train yourself, I believe, for some time. Don't be open to emotion. Don't be open to emotion. Right? Because we're in this and it's our job to conserve our emotional aptitudes and strengths for whatever this connection is. Okay? So I can see where you tried to keep all your emotions focused in this until you understood they couldn't be, or it was all negative. So yeah, at first it's going to feel a little weird. What does it mean to be open to happiness? Right? You got used to fending that off. You're going to have to unlearn how to block that happiness. Unlearn how to naturally block off that sense of I can't pursue this, or I can't pursue that, or I can't be open to this. You're going to have to unlearn a few things. Okay? I'm going to push that just a little bit further. But little by little, you will be opening up to those elements that make you warm. You just kind of have to rediscover them. Okay? And try not to allow your defenses that have obviously been in place for a long time to shoot things down. Right? Because you're in the business of wanting to open up. And the High Priestess, Page of Pentacles, King of Wands. There you go. There's your intuitive process. There you are, feeling a lot more comfortable. I want you to get in tune with what you feel, because there's an investment here that seems to be quite natural to you. Page of Pentacles and the King of Wands. It actually provokes some of your stronger, more aligned energies here, right there. Intuitively, you have a pretty strong idea where to start in terms of opening up. It's just something that you have been putting off or had a wall up around for so long. Like I said, it feels a little alien. You actually have a really strong idea of what it is that would make you happy. And you have a realistic place to start, too. It's a feeling. It's a process. Based in reality. It's just, I think you got so used to guarding that sense of openness because you were in a place or a space where you couldn't be open. You couldn't afford to be. All your energies were concentrated on something that you were working through. Yeah? Further out, I see you making an investment that feels a lot more comfortable. And it begins with you. Everything begins with yourself. You are your own best investment. Okay? For the first time in a long time, I see you investing in yourself in a way that you haven't in a long time. It's very personal. It's an act of self-love. It also makes you happy. Okay? Very much individual here. You're on your own now at this space. Okay? When? This, I don't know. You will have to live this if you identify with it in some way. And you'll know as you go along. This one's going to be the case if it's either very much yours or it's very much not yours. And that's really it. Don't force readings, honey. That opening was a very strong clue for the Aries I'm looking at and where it is you're coming from. So, again, it's either yours or not yours. The Sun. There it is. Number 30. Open your heart to the enormous growth ahead. I know. You got so used to blocking the sun for yourself. Oh, but how else can you thrive, honey? How else can you bloom? Okay? I can see that you got used to blocking it. It's hard. It's hard, right? To feel things just for yourself and you don't have to check against anyone. And just you. It's just you. It seems so innate. Oh, I'm on my own now. Yeah. I know. But it can feel weird. If you've had to shoot down your sun so many times you lost count, it's going to feel a little strange. But the thing is that you've got a good head start. I know you do. There's something here you naturally want to invest in, and just the idea of it makes you glow. It feels very right and very warm too. You're going to be happy, honey. I promise. You're going to feel warm again. You're going to feel sunshine again. All right. And take action when the time is right. I agree. When the time is right, and take action. Number 42. Oneness is the way. I almost said openness is the way, which would make sense for you. But oneness is the way. Let's see. How can you show more compassion and acceptance toward those you don't understand? Interesting. I think some of you have tried very, very hard to understand this and connect to it. Okay? Again, I had that very strong impression for some of you. You really did try the best you could. You did everything you could. And you asked yourself over and over again, how can I be more compassionate? How can I be more accepting of the situation? And how can I understand you or this situation better? Okay. And when you really feel like you have done it all, and you know that you have, there will come a time when you understand your Six of Swords better and why you're moving on from this. Okay? We have the letters J, U, and G. We have a mask. Someone always wears a mask. Yeah. Masks are helpful. They're part of human nature. We all wear one inevitably. But someone wears a mask all the time. You never really know what they're thinking or feeling. We have the medallion of Aries in the reverse, the key word here being courageous. Some of you feel like you haven't had the strength or the nerve to do the right thing here or to leave this. Well, if you were busy trying to make it work and heal it and fix it, it may not be about a lack of spirit or strength or being courageous. It just your own innate sense to ground it and fix it. That's part of Aries too. Sometimes it's not really about empowerment or strength of will or being courageous. Sometimes doing the right thing is by your definition. You just have to ask yourself, when have I met that definition? Okay? All right, and then we have the Pegasus in reverse. It feels like there's no magic here. I see that. Okay, Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Aquarius, welcome to your New Year's predictive read. What's going on, please, for Aquarius? I'll tell you what. I like this deck a lot, but once more, it's soft. There's a time and a place for a soft deck. This isn't one of them. I'm just saying. What's going on, please? Show me Aquarius in 2025. What's going on? Seven of Wands, the Magician, and the Ten of Swords. Oh, okay. Interesting. You're denying something coming through. I don't think you saw that coming from yourself. Seven of Wands, you got your walls up. Boundaries, sure. But here, this is kind of like, no. You're showing me a no. I do not want this. I think it surprises you. Perhaps you didn't know you were going to take that direction. Perhaps something comes up where it's just an adamant no. I want to see what it is that you're rejecting. Because it does represent a form of manifestation, but it may not necessarily be yours. Let's take a look at that Seven of Wands, please. Let's see that Seven of Wands. Show me that Seven of Wands, please, for Aquarius. That's interesting. That's interesting. Makes me immediately suspicious of that Magician, because you don't just say no once, you say it twice. And it does not behoove us, right, to manifest, and then just reject it, because the universe has a hard time trusting us when we do that. So it makes me wonder if it's yours. Let's see the Seven of Wands, please. King, that's you. King of Swords, Four of Cups, the Ace of Swords. You didn't like this. You really don't like this. Whatever this is, you don't like it. And you know you don't like it. That's not even up for negotiation. You're like, I don't. Whatever. Why do you have your guard up? What is this? You strongly suspect it will make you unhappy. I want to know what it is. You can't, to be clear, the Aquarius I'm looking at, whenever this comes up, this influence, you're adamant, determined to block this, to show it no energy, to show it no will. You're just saying you may not be able to explain it with the Eight of Swords, but you just kind of feel it will make you unhappy, and you don't want to dig too deep either. You're not interested in questioning it too much. You're just like, I just know. I just know. You're saying you just know. What is this? Let's say that Magician, please. Let's say the Magician. What's being summoned forward here? King of Pentacles, Judgment, Queen of Wands. I see. It's not your comeback call. It's theirs. Okay. Yeah. So the Magician, guys, I have to explain this all the time, especially when it comes to feelings or matters of the heart. Even if it's not in a romantic context, we're still dealing with feelings here. Manifestation in regards to things like goals and careers, that's pretty straightforward more often than not. People find it to be much easier. When it comes to, again, feelings of another person, as soon as we involve someone else and their sense of feeling and free will and judgment and decision making, it becomes tricky, because manifestation only works if the other person wants it back. That's how it works. So the whole thing of manifestation, once more, for people who I don't know where this misconception comes from, but it drives me bananas sandwich. Manifestation is not, I get what I want. Manifestation is, I get what's right for me. Okay? So if someone's pulling on you and they want you and you don't want them back, those manifestations do not meet. One's automatically ruled out. It's done. Okay? It's up to us or the other person to move their manifestation on. It doesn't match. So again, it's like if I manifest them and they come around, I got what I want. No, it was their free will. Part of their desire was to be connected to you. Okay? And if someone doesn't manifest it back, it is not part of their free will. Thus, it's not meant to be. Our biggest challenge in this life as human beings is to understand how ego gets in the way. We're not meant to have everything we desire. That's right up there with spoiling a toddler. It doesn't work. We need to learn what is right for us and what is not right for us. And you're saying whatever this is that's pulling on me, I don't want it. So you made it very clear from the very beginning. I understand what you want. It's not what I want. So just to be clear, it's really weird to see a double rejection over a manifestation, which means we're either A, ungrateful brats from we asked for this and now we're like, we don't want it, or B, it wasn't you. It wasn't you. Okay, this is someone else's manifestation. It's their judgment call. So I kudos to them for living up to their sense of decision making. Kudos to them for trying to make good on their manifestation. It's pointed at you. You don't want nothing to do with it. Okay. So I always give people full marks when they try. Always. We should always try. Otherwise, how do we know? We can fail just by not trying. So they're trying. The thing is, you don't want anything to do with it. So I give them credit. Take it easy on them if you're so inclined. I mean, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying take it easy on them. If they're persistent or being a jerk about it, okay, and get a little firmer. It looks like you're going to have to be. But still, I give them credit for trying. But here's the thing. This person's deeply attracted to you, and that's not a crime. It's not a crime. But that seems to be a source, okay, for their comeback call and their judgment. And, you know, it's coming from the King of Pentacles, so there's a hint here or a suggestion of wanting to invest, which is good. But there's something here about it's not being presented correctly, or it's just against your will. You don't want it, or you don't want them, or their effort, their attention. So they had a lesson that they're trying to meet, and that, again, good for them, but it's not your lesson. Okay? It seems to be theirs. Because I see you rejecting it. Ten of Swords. Okay? Let's take a look at that. Yeah, this is somebody's second chance, comeback call. It's predictive. It hasn't happened yet, I don't think, unless you immediately kicked off the new year with it, and this is coming out a couple days prior to. So if it's already happened for those couple of you, that this has already happened, feel free to share. For others of you, you'll have your time and your place with this one. All right? Let's see that Ten of Swords. Let's see that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords. Five of Cups, Five of Wands. I got you. I got it. I got it. Ten of Wands. I got you, baby. It's no problem. It's no problem. Yeah, don't. You get to choose your level of participation. This is what I point out to people all the time. When I see reconciliation and I see that two people are thinking and feeling about it positively, I encourage it. When I see at least one person thinking and reacting to it very, very poorly, I don't recommend it. That's just obvious, right? I want what's best for you, not what's worst. And you trying to participate in this anyway is just going to cause you grief. So you can cut that off now sooner rather than later. Don't get me wrong. There's unresolved, a lot of it, of pain and tension here. And you can either go at it with this person or you cannot. For them, it's the approach of, interest. This is my judgment call. I'm still attracted to you. What do you say? And you're like, oh, listen, buddy, let me tell you about points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 that clearly were left unaddressed. Okay, and this person's kind of like, I'm manifesting to the good stuff, and you're like, there's a whole bunch of unresolved crap between us. Did you forget about that? So what I'm seeing here is a bunch of tension and arguing and shadows of the past that can be avoided if you do a Ten of Swords. It would hurt. It would hurt. But you connecting to this also might, but you choosing to connect to this is going to bring up a lot of tensions. It's almost like you're saying it's not worth it. I would rather experience a Ten of Swords with this person than bring out all the old drama and fighting and baggage, for which there seems to be a lot. Ten of Wands, Five of Wands, Five of Cups, guys. There's nothing about that that's easy or light. So I can tell that you have a lot of unresolved this, that, and the other with this person. And while it might hurt to walk away from this again, it would be better than, I think, participating, but that's up to you. Tarot Lady doesn't dictate shit. You do. Tarot's a proof choice, not the absence of it. Okay. You got to ask yourself, at what point are you okay with this? Because it is coming through. And I do give them credit, but it seems to me we want to jump into the good stuff and not deal with what is clearly unresolved pain and issues and baggage. And you ain't having that. A part of you must know that they're not going to address these things, or they don't want to address these things. So, you knew back here that if I engage with this, it will only hurt me or disappoint me. I don't want to. So here, primarily, I'm seeing an Aquarius make the choice to keep their distance from this, shut it down before it has a chance to re-engage. For others of you, you might re-engage with it long enough to understand that it's just more hassle than it's worth. Okay? Because it's just so much in there. There's so much in there of unresolved pain. And I am sorry. But with things like this, I must insist we can give ourselves resolve and we can give ourselves closure. All right? I think a big portion of this frustration, though, Aquarius, honey, if I'm being honest with you, comes with the fact that they want to jump into it without resolving old conflicts with you. And that's a big mistake. Okay? That's a big mistake, and I think that's why your two manifestations probably don't match. They just want to jump back into it, and you're like, that's not what I want. I want real healing, and that means having difficult discussions, and you don't want that, and it pisses you off all over again. So it just... Some comeback calls just aren't worth it, honey. You know? The good ones heal. The two people connect over that, and they bond over it. The Fool. You can see that a couple ways. They're the fool for trying and thinking that they didn't have anything to speak up for or answer for, or you would be the fool to re-engage. This is one of the few times I've seen the Fool in the negative. Okay? Have the courage to embrace change, take risks, be adventurous. I mean, you could be the Fool positive and walk away from this and not engage with it at all. Okay? But it's a choice. All tarot represents a choice. Number 12. Oh, I am sorry, honey, but I'd rather you know than not know. You know what I mean? Straight away, so irritating. Goodness. Meditation brings answers. If you were hoping that this person would come back around and one day give you the answers that you felt that you so sorely needed, that doesn't look like the case, and that's why I see you getting re-pissed off all over again if you choose to re-engage with it. Do take that into consideration. No change plus no change equals no change. I'm sure this person's come back around before. It doesn't mean anything got resolved the last time, did it? Past behaviors are a huge indication of present and future behaviors too. People who have really changed, you don't have any question of it. There's no doubt. There can't be. There's evidence of change straight away, and it doesn't leave you questioning. And it doesn't make you angry all over again. It's like, really, you showed back up just to do more of this same shit? Yeah, because they didn't change. So while they have a huge sense of, this is that toddler that gets their way, right? The manifestation. I want what I want. I shouldn't have to answer for it to learn about it. No, they had an opportunity to learn from it, and they chose not to, apparently. You know? But meditation brings answers. There's really no answers about this situation that you couldn't give for yourself. Give to yourself, minus this person's influence. Okay? You know enough about this situation to strongly suspect you should reject it. All right? At some point. Oh, okay. Number 14. Forgiveness will set you free. I'm not telling you to forgive them. I'm saying you forgive yourself. Release yourself from this. Okay? Forgiveness will set you free. Forgive for you. Okay? It's very presumptuous to tell other people to forgive someone else. I wasn't there. Nobody else was. It's just you and that person. Forgiveness is a choice. Forgive for you. Okay? Like I said, there's really nothing that this person can give you that you can't conclude for yourself, honestly. And then trust your faith divine into the unfolding journey. What is your faith asking of you? Number 17 and 14. Okay? Oh my goodness, we have the letters Q, M, I. We have the medallion of, we have several here today, Scorpio, Gemini, Taurus, and Pisces. Any of these signs might be very strongly represented in your chart or theirs, and then their seasons might be of importance to you as well. Aquarius, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Gemini, welcome to your New Year predictive read. What is going on, please? Show me that, Gemini Collective. Show me, Gemini. What's going on? Let's see. Gemini 2025. That sounds like a slogan, Gemini 2025. What's going on? Show me Gemini, please. The Moon, a touch of the unknown, Queen of Wands, and the Page of Swords. Okay, straight away with the Moon, that's unknown. Since it is in the predictive category, straight away into the unknown. Well, now, we got to start our journey into the woods somewhere. Queen of Wands. You look like you're feeling pretty good. On the other side of it, Page of Swords. Little guy. Interesting. Let's see that moon, please. What's up with the moon? Predictive. The unknown. What about it? Page of Wands, the Sun, the Wheel of Fortune. Something makes you happy that over an expansive time you had no reason to suspect it would. I know what you're thinking, Christina. Could that have been any more generic? Well, you're the one who didn't expect it, so... This is something under your moon that you had no reason to believe for a while with the Wheel of Fortune there, that something here could make you happy or open up to warmth. Let's see that Queen of Wands real quick. You took some very happy elements to a very secret place and you never really took them too seriously. Like they would never come forward or you wouldn't get to experience them or feel them. It was just easier to suppress it. Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Pentacles, the Three of Swords. We're feeling very good. Much more in touch with our sense of self-worth after this. It makes you feel a lot more alive. You seem to be much more comfortable with that sense of expression, openness, hope, belief, some passion, some drive, with a greater sense of, like I said, improved self-worth. There was some rejection in your heart, Three of Swords. That being able to openly, unexpectedly open towards an element of happiness, when again you shoved down on the moon a long time ago, that the time has passed and it's caught up to you. You're being exposed, like I said, unexpectedly to a happy element that you kind of always kept down. Like, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Surprise! It's a warm element. And you kind of tucked it away. It's being exposed at some point in 2025. You get some exposure to the sunshine and happiness. It makes you feel alive. And it starts to soothe the place in your heart that felt rejected for a long time. It improves your sense of self-worth exponentially. It makes you feel a little bit more stand upright. Keep your head straight. Recognition. Engaged. You know? There's something here you didn't feel. You would get to have the warmth of it on your face. Until one day you did. And once you start to accept that element as the sun, and you allow it to come through, you interact with it, it makes you very happy. It makes you feel very lit. And some element, in you that always felt rejected with the Three of Swords is starting to heal. Show improvement there. It's lending to your self-worth. Let's see that Page of Swords, please. Let's see that Page of Swords. The Hierophant, Knight of Swords, the Five of Cups. Wow. You're learning a lot about yourself, and it's not all easy. It's not all fun and games. You're learning things about yourself the hard way, but you are indeed learning. And it wasn't easy for you to turn the spotlight on yourself. It's making you address some things that are shadowy in nature, old emotions of sadness. But I see you rising towards them with the Knight of Swords and the Hierophant. And it's kind of showing how much you have changed and that you are not subject to the old you. You're redefining who you are. It will not be an easy process. You didn't think you'd make it that far. That's because parts of you didn't realize how much you had changed. Okay? You know, there's that saying, he who increases knowledge increases sorrow. That's what you're showing me over here. You are learning a lot about yourself, and not all of it will be easy. But you will be glad that you did. Okay. I just know you're not the same person that you were in 2024. You will see that for yourself later in 2025. There'll be parts that are rough, but you'll be glad you did. For those of you who want to know about that unexpected happy element that you never thought you would feel the warmth of, February. All I can tell you is that your sense of self-worth, it was time to boost up. Okay? I want you to feel good about you and the work that you have accomplished, but it's not just work, as in money work. It's your own sense of self. I know part of you felt rejected once upon a time. But that's not where your story stopped. You've just begun the process of redefining yourself, and I got all that from a couple of cards, you know. That influence, I would like to know more about what that is, or who it is. Plane 26, a journey is indicated either physically or metaphorically. Your life will become more full. Not all journeys are easy. But how you recognized yourself last year will not be the same Gemini that will recognize yourself in 2025. You're going on a journey. I see that more in the spiritual, metaphorical concept, yes. Reaching new planes of existence, if you will. Number 26. You're ready for that. Success. There are many different measures of success in this life, that which we can earn and accumulate, and our own sense of spiritual growth and development, and that's what you'll be leaning into next year. What I'm actually curious about, though, more than anything, is this unexpected source of warmth. The Fool. Opening up, taking a risk. Because you opened up and you communicated to the right person at the right time, or you received it at the right time. I don't know. You'll just be glad you did. You feel the warmth touch your face or your fingertips or whatever, but I don't know. After it's been under your moon for so long, only unexpected because you told yourself you couldn't feel it or access it. You either defied yourself or the universe sent you something in defiance to challenge you. Either way, you felt the warmth of it. Because you took a chance on it. To either receive it or to expose yourself towards it. Something, somebody. In communication. You access the warmth. Make room for changes. And like with all change, there are growing pains. I see that more so over here. I promise you, you'll have a stronger standing of who you are in the end. Okay? But good job. Okay. Oh, so many. Okay. We have first and foremost the Medina Pisces, like I said. Pisces season. Or February, late February to late March. Okay. Some of you might have some very strong Pisces in your chart too. Anyway, sorry. We have the letters X, J, W, L, H, D, and G, O. Okay. That was a lot of letters. I usually don't get that many. Okay, Gemini, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Libra, welcome to your New Year predictive read. What's up for La La Libra? I enjoy that. I just do. I've tried the La La thing with Leo, and it's okay. It's okay, but it fits better, I think, with Libra. La La Libra. Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name is Christina. I'm a little different. Sometimes I have little expressions with my various collectives, you know. What's going on, please? Show me. Libra, show me Libra, please. 2025. Show me Libra, 2025. What's up? The World, Three of Wands, and the Hermit. Okay. At 2025, at some point straight away, you may not know it yet from where you are looking at this message of right now is this time. Perhaps you do. The world can indicate the end of the year and the beginning of the new year, in which case it's anticipatory for you right now, or this is further out in 2025 and you don't know it yet. Okay. Regardless, you are closing a cycle. When it's time, it's time. We'll see what that is. Three of Wands, the Hermit. That's kind of like you saying, I'm looking towards better days. I'm looking towards or forward to a more healed version of myself. And it's kind of like with the Hermit there saying, I want to be able to look back on this and understand how far I've come and that I've learned from my experiences. The Hermit's one of my favorite cards in healing because it represents healing based on wisdom, based on reflective experiences. So what actually happened, walking down the path, you know, being able to appreciate it all and what did we learn in the process. And you're saying you look forward to, in future, looking back and see how far you've come and what you've learned and why. And that there's a more healed version of yourself further down the line. Okay? A more wizened version of Libra further down the line. Let's take a look at that world, please. Let's see the world, please, for Libra. Let's see that world. Show me the world. Ten of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the Five of Wands. There is a part of your foundation that will be coming to a halt. There's a fundamental disagreement or discord between yourself and someone else. We have not been able to bridge that particular gap. But something here that always was. Ten of Pentacles, it seems like forever and a day. Something always was founded and grounded. Had become increasingly unstable. Okay. The whole benefits of the Ten of Pentacles and why we work so damn hard, it seems. Like some of us work so damn hard to create stability and somehow we ungrade it and instability takes over. At what point this happened for you, I don't know. Our sense of home became erratic. Our sense of finance, connectivity, resources might have become erratic. Okay. And it's always in a place of combativeness. And maybe not always, but it represents instability, constant conflict. You might even go so far as irreconcilable differences. Okay, over what constitutes legacy, good investment, career, personal home finances, but not just those things. It's what we're doing and why we're doing it, how we're known over the course of a lifetime, what we're connected to over the course, etc. I mean, there's 1,001 places where things have started to become, like I said, disjointed. You know? We want that to stop. We want the arguing to stop. We want that sense of home and community and legacy, the instability of it specifically, and the arguing around it to stop. King of Pentacles, that's either you or the person you're connected to. But there's a strong sense of providership here, the need to be responsible, the need to provide the resources, the need to remain connected to things. It's like I'm sick of the fighting, and I'm sick of the battle of wills here. I want to push that a little further, just a little bit. It's kind of a big deal. That suggests big parts of the foundation will cease. Okay? That's no easy decision, especially if you identify as provider. The Hierophant, the Devil, the Four of Wands. Okay, I'm not gonna argue then. You would know better than I would, and I don't. I read what's here, not what isn't. I don't lie with energies. You know, there's no point. Why are we here? Just for me to lie to you? No. And the energies don't lie. This is either yours or it will be. But it seems to me, if you had a Hierophant and a Devil and a Four of Wands, you'd know as of this message date, which is December 29th. You may not know how evident it is or where necessarily it's going to take you, but for Libra I'm looking at, this is not necessarily a surprise. There's a sense of false dependency here in a commitment. And there is a commitment here. The Hierophant and the Four of Wands, forget about it. That's absolutely a commitment. Like I say all the time, Four of Wands isn't necessarily marriage. It's how two people build into it. But with these two, it doesn't leave much room for negotiation. And then there's that big fat devil sitting right there between the two. So we have sense of dependency, codependency, particularly where the finances or foundation is concerned. Constant arguing, bickering over that. Sense of control. Overinflated sense of control and nothing can change, or if in that grip of fear where people have an outstanding fear of change, they end up creating it by creating instability as an undertone to what's actually going on in the relationship. So like I said, whatever this is has had a lot of time to develop cracks, okay, and poison the roots, and people can fight so hard for stability, and in so doing actually cause it, because there's an underlying tone of unhealthiness behind it all. Disrespect, disappreciation, not committing where it counts, not standing up for this where it counts, but pointing out everything that's wrong and the flaws, and it's unhealthy. It's something that's been standing way too long. A lot of instability here, anger, resentment, particularly in that sense of control. The need to hold on to everything, and that includes the worst parts too. Not actually working through the worst parts, just holding on to everything, including the worst parts. We don't want to do this anymore. There's something about it that feels very controlling. Okay? And unchanging. No change plus no change equals no change. You can have a successful foundation. That doesn't mean it's a happy one. Okay? So in the world then, 2025 is the year. For For those of you who might have been on the fence or you weren't absolutely sure when it might happen, 3 of Wands. Let's see that 3 of Wands. Let's see that 3 of Wands, please. It's very set in its ways, isn't it? For you and them, the both of you. Now, the one of you seems to be interested in healing, and perhaps you're past that point. But again, that need, that incessant need to hold on to things, that includes the bad things too. That's how codependency works. We don't bring out our best, we bring out our worst. And then the other person feeds it. All right, 6 of Cups, 4 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles. What about it? I get that you feel like you've been waiting a long time. 2 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 2 of Cups. Okay. Okay. There has been a realistic question about what to do with this. So much time has passed, and you said you can't spend another day waiting. I agree. I agree. I agree. I don't know if you two are soul bonded, but I do know this. You're in each other's lives for a long time, as the 6 of Cups would indicate. And there's been a question about why we've been holding on to this and for how long and what does that mean. Feeling compelled to hold on to it because of time, feeling compelled to hold on to it because you two are so established, feeling the need to hold on to it because there's this idea of there's supposed to be love there. But whenever you look around, you don't see the love and never mind access it these days. And it hasn't been for some time. And you're saying the outstanding points of contention between us two means I can't feel things the way I used to anyway. I don't even know if I want to connect to this anymore emotionally. It's really hard for me to remember the good days or the good feelings. I understand. But you have said, looking out on the horizon with the 3 of Wands, that you've waited a long time to understand your feelings. And it's kind of like, I should probably know by now, which seems to be reinforcing your world. I have to agree. Okay? Just know that that's not a coincidence. You know, I should feel something for this. And I can't access it, and I haven't been able to for a long time. What does that tell me? Yeah. Okay. A lot of question about why I've been holding on to this and how long exactly. And for what reasons? I can't even remember how to love this, or if it even loves me. I got locked into a pattern of just holding on. And nothing changes. Nothing improves. Okay, let's keep going. The Hermit. I want to get you over there. I want to get you to the Hermit, which you look forward to in future at some point, being able to look back on this and understand its meaning. You have the meaning of it. It's just you can't see it right now when it's this close in your face. Okay? Let's see that Hermit, please. Show me the Hermit. Show me the Hermit. Queen of Wands, the Fool, the 7 of Pentacles. In future, in 2025, when you're ready, you will open up to a new beginning. And that is going to be your beautiful point of peace. It'll be a very distinct moment for you in time. When you're in a place of calm and self-comfort and able to appreciate your experience. You will feel alive, as the Queen of Wands is wont to do, and you will feel ready, prepared for a new beginning. You've been building into it for years, the 7 of Pentacles. You've been building into it for years, honey. But you have a lot of wisdom and experience behind you. So it's not just some fool's fancy. No. You're ready for a new beginning. You have so much behind you. It says you can appreciate experiences and what they've taught you. That nothing goes to waste. You're right, nothing goes to waste. Once more, when you're right in it and it feels like you've been waiting on yourself forever to make a decision, all you can feel is what's not there. And you're longing for it, and you don't have access to it. You can't find it in the situation or person, and that's you looking to you to make a decision. Okay? And once you start making decisions for yourself that are correct, instead of doing the same thing that you've always done, you will feel the reward of it sooner rather than later. You will feel at peace, healed, calm, and in control of you. This is the difference between doing what's always been done and finally doing what's right for you. You will get to where you need to be. That sweet spot at some point in 2025 when you're ready for a new beginning. And you're in tune with it. You can feel it. You can look back on your path and say, it could not have been any other way. I'm inclined to agree. Yeah, this one first. And I am sorry it got to that point. But honey, if it was going to function physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, then it would function. Something where you're always in a role of codependency means that you are just as sickly dependent on it as it is on you to maintain what's already in place. It's not being challenged to heal or fix itself. Okay? You're someone who likes to be healed. You're someone who wants to live life and be open and be happy. Okay? This ain't it. No, it ain't that. Okay? So I understand you took a long time hanging back. Shouldn't I be feeling something? Why am I holding on to this? Questioning it too long. The sooner you can let that question go, you know what it all meant. You know what it all lended itself to. Wish number 35. The sooner you can get over here. Your heart's desire is ready to come true. 35. Your own particular wish, your own particular star. Okay? Number 35. You have a stronger heart's desire than all this. A star. Some of you have some very sharp Aquarius in your profile, because we have the wish and the wish upon a star. 35 and 29. Hard times are over. Look forward to abundance of happiness, enthusiasm, and positivity. Like I said, the Libra I'm looking at, Libra may not be your major placement. When I look at you as an individual, you're amazing. You're beautiful, you're kind, you're generous. You rock and roll in your own way. You have a creative streak that runs through you, although you may not see it that way, but you do. You have a natural passion for what you do. But when I see you in connection to this, you're greatly unhappy because you're constantly striving in your will that you're worth more than this. But I got you locked into a pattern with somebody that's not going to change. I want to look at you as a person. You're absolutely amazing. And you have enthusiasm too. That the glass is half full, half empty thing, that's real. Neither is entirely right nor entirely wrong, but I can tell that you're a half full kind of person. You know? And that's what I want you to lean into. You had a hell of a 2025, honey. You're going to get tired. Some of you have such a strong positive streak in you. When I look at you on your own, it's positive. When I look at you with this, it drags you down. I don't know what that gross connection is, honey. I don't mean gross as in ew, gross. I mean gross as it's outstandingly large. It's very codependent and very false. Okay, remain positive. I see that element here of wait. I don't quite know what that is. You might be waiting for an exact date, month, or season to execute your world. That might explain that unnecessary, because to me it looks unnecessary. It keeps going back to, shouldn't I feel something? Shouldn't I feel something? Yeah, you should. But what you feel is largely negative, if not indifferent. But you will go through a waiting period before you absolutely know when to trigger that world cycle. Okay? Otherwise, it's not my advice. You know me, honey. I'm not a big fan of waiting, but I did see you take a very big pause before actually doing the thing. Okay? All right. We have the letter G. We have the letter A. We have the butterfly, time of transformation. I agree. We have the cat in the upright. Yes, please do listen to your intuition. And then we have the dolphin in reverse, a lack of playfulness, lack of lightness of being, lack of fluidity, the inability for someone to swim, the inability to feel our emotions. Right around there. No sense of positivity or lightness in there. Okay. Okay, Libra, honey, that one was heavy, but it was also beautiful in its own way. Whenever I see someone's freedom and I get to see them as they are, who they are as an individual, versus where they came from. Oh, I know it's correct. I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Taurus, welcome to your New Year predictions. What is going on, please? Show me Taurus 2025. Let's see Taurus 2025. Let's see Taurus 2025, please. What's up? The Five of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Okay. Okay, we have some space in our heart that suggests it hurts. All right. Five of Pentacles being one of your minor cards. I don't care for it. You probably don't either. But there's a sense of breakage in there. Possibly abandonment at some point in 2025. Page of Pentacles, however, your particular page. Perhaps starting over. Perhaps investing, reinvesting in yourself. I don't know. You show me King of Cups at the end of it all. A sense of fullness of heart. So, let's get cracking. Let's see that Five of Pentacles, please. Breakage. What's going on? Let's see that Five of Pentacles, please. The Fool, Ace of Swords, the Queen of Cups. There's something here you say you don't know that you can open yourself up towards. You have such a beautiful heart space, honey. Listen to it. That's all I can tell you. Listen to it. You have such... The Taurus I'm looking at, you probably don't like the word sensitive. But you do have a very deeply sensitive side. Okay. What you feel runs very deep for you. That doesn't mean you're comfortable with it. And there's something here, honestly, with the Fool, Eight of Swords. Legitimately, you cannot feel nor see for yourself opening up towards. Okay? You just can't. Your heart doesn't want it, and your spirit doesn't want it. And you showed me some really strong water here, not once but twice. Okay. You have such a beautiful heart. And I know you take Five of Pentacles, the abandonment thing, very seriously. Okay, it's not an easy thing for you. Taurus and giving up, just... You would rather carry stuff indefinitely, even if it doesn't serve a purpose, than to actually break or part ways with it. Okay? Now, that's not always true, but more often than not, this is one of Taurus's cons, for which you have many beautiful pros. But it's like I can't carry my own cons in 2025. There's something here you just can't imagine exposing your heart to. Or trying, or giving it another chance, I don't know. I see you breaking from it. And I don't want you to do something that you know your heart's against. You know? You're saying it's just going to hurt. Okay. Then that's probably true. Then it's probably true. In 2025, I see there's a moment, there's a pulse in you. Oh, maybe I'll give this another chance. Maybe I'll give this another shot. Rebuild it, try to reconstruct it. And then it deflates because you honestly can't see it in yourself. You can't see it in yourself. Okay? Let's move over to that Page of Pentacles. If I have more questions, I'll get back to that. Let's see that Page of Pentacles, please. Let's see that Page of Pentacles. What can you invest in? Page of Wands. The Knight of Wands. Three of Cups. That's a little better, isn't it? Yeah. I'd rather you do that too. To be perfectly honest with you. I have a couple pages talking. Okay. And they carry with it a prospect of lightness of being. And the stirrings, if you will. It sounds so dramatic. But the stirrings of something that's light, it's nervous, but it's happy. It's much happier than your heart trying to force itself to make something work that doesn't want to. Okay? And there's a lot of gravity in there, a lot of heaviness in there. It's hard for you to admit, I don't want to fix this. I don't want to work on this. I don't want to re-expose myself to whatever this is. Again, it is the absence of your energy. Okay? But when I asked, what would you invest in, Page of Pentacles? You're like, well, I mean, I could do a Page of Wands. I could do a Knight of Wands. I could do a Three of Cups. I could do that. Yeah, you could. What I like in this is that there's no hesitation. What I like in that is that there's no sense of heaviness and baggage around your heart that says, I have to, or I feel like I'm supposed to, but I don't want to. That's conflict. Your heart knows to not keep trying to make something work that you would be foolish to try. Okay? And then I have something over here for you that's like, this feels good. I like that. It feels good. And there's no heaviness surrounding it at all. It looks nervous. It does. It's 2 pages knocking around, but they're trying. They're trying. So here we have your realistic investment, and here we have the nervousness. Yeah, I got 2 pages here talking, you know, and they connect. Yeah, it's a little exciting. A little bit. It's nervous too. But it's happy. And it feels like it has prospects. You know? I like the connectivity to this, I do. It looks like it eases your heart considerably. And your energy feels like it has somewhere to go. And it has somewhere to grow. This feels more like an obligation that you don't want to try. And it's much heavier. This says starting over. Being open to new energies, new connections, new experiences. Okay? Let's jump on over here to the King of Cups. Let's see that King. Let's see that King of Cups, please. Two of Wands, Ace of Cups, the Knight of Swords. Go on then. I want you to understand the power these two have. Okay? King, Queen of Cups. The possession of one's heart. Okay? The only real difference between the two is that the Queen of Cups is much more likely to be expressive. Okay? Whereas the King of Cups, full possession of one's feelings, but tends to keep them to himself. Okay? They're still in control of what they feel. One just tends to be a little bit more expressive. Other than that, they're equal. So you're showing me that what water that runs in you runs deep. Like I said, you've probably, I don't know, you're probably that Taurus that beats themselves up for being a little too sensitive. Your feelings run deep. You do. I want you to listen to that. There's something here for which you feel an obligation to open up towards again and again and again, but you're not inclined to fix it. Listen to that. That's just as real and honest and valid in your heart as this King of Cups is at the prospect of new. All right? Your heart knows as much here as it does over here. Your heart over here says, I don't want to connect to this anymore, and it'd be foolish of me to try, to keep making it work. And there's King of Cups over here saying, I feel like this could work. They're both correct. Okay? One's kind of ruling itself out. The other one is trying to rule itself open. The point is that you're in possession of two very accurate feelings in 2025. Okay? Something's breaking off and something's opening up. They are both correct. Right here in the middle is where I see it start. And that little Page of Pentacles of yours. I want what you want, and I want what's right for you. And if you ever get into that space in your life where you just know in your heart of hearts you cannot make something work, that is your answer. Don't force yourself to try to carry it. Okay? This, however, the idea of you opening up towards it, no hesitation. Over here, massive amounts of hesitation and a lot of regulations about what it is you actually want to do, which means not much. Over here, like I said, no hesitation. Off like a shot you are. Okay? That's what I want you to trust. So I don't know that's got you all lit up over here. It's. I really have no strong sense of timing, by the way. It seems to me if you're back here in the year looking at this, at the very end of the year, you might already have an idea of what this is, I should imagine. So when you invest that page, it's going to come down to you. I don't know. But I like the response. I like the response. Your response. You're like, well, I gotta pursue this thing. Yeah, you do. It feels so freaking good. Some of you might have some very critical Scorpio in your chart, by the way. No hesitation over this. No sense of I have to. No sense of this hurts. It's I'm opening towards this and it feels fucking awesome. Hell yeah. That's what I want for you. Okay? That's what I want for you. I would dearly love to know when your Page of Pentacles plants itself, but I honestly don't know. The Owl, number 23. There are spiritual, lisp is so fun. There are spiritual messages and great wisdom to be found during this period of transition. I see. Is this now for some of you? Okay. So when you're ready for your Page of Pentacles, you'll know. That's it. That's all there is to it. Okay? Didn't I see for you not too long ago? It was, I don't remember which one it was. After a while, they all start to merge, but I said you still hadn't made up your mind if your heart was broken or done with something. Am I saying the tail end of that? Sometimes, yes, I will continue to see one particular storyline. Sometimes it completely shifts. Okay, but for some of you, yes. I want to say, was it your in-depth bonus round I did for everybody? Could have been. Okay, somewhere around that time. Ask for help from others. That might be part of your wisdom gathering experiences right here with the owl. Okay, gaining insight on the situation. Ask for help for others. Anything else in here, please? And communicate clearly. Okay? If this is what you feel, communicate it clearly. All right? All right. Okay. We have the letters F, N, R, the medallion of Leo. Some of you might have some very strong Leo in your chart. Could be connecting to. We have the mask. Some of you feel the need to wear a mask with one of these situations, or you feel that whatever it is you're breaking from, you can't fully see it or expose it for what it is. Or you feel the need to wear a mask to protect yourself at this time, not really truly revealing your full thoughts and feelings and intents. Doesn't make us a bad person. Honestly, we all wear masks from time to time. If you say you don't, you're a liar. We all do. Okay, it's part of the human process. We're not always ready to reveal parts of ourselves that we're just not ready to reveal yet, you know? It's just the way it is, and we can't make ourselves take it off any sooner. you know, and other people. And then also for the situation, perhaps it feels like it doesn't reveal itself to you anymore. Okay? However it's running. We have the coffee bean in reverse. Now that's interesting. By the way, I added new charms. So the coffee bean in reverse. No energy, obviously. No sense of flavor. No sense of excitement. Little star. Little wishes, little hopes, little dreams. They can lead to big places in our life, you know. Taurus, I know this was very much a glossy overview, you know. I'm just touching on some major points for next year. I hope it was helpful. Put in the comments, take care. Be well. Virgo, welcome to your New Year's Eve, or rather, New Year's Eve. That just kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? Your New Year's prediction reads. Not necessarily New Year's Eve, although for some of you, hint, hint. There's a reason I might have said it. What's going on, please? Show me, Virgo, 2025. Show me, Virgo, 2025. What's going on? Let's see, Virgo, 2025. The Knight of Wands and the Emperor, the Star. Oh, you fine as wine. Oh, your energy's not bad, I'll tell you that. You're like, I know. Right now, you're like, right, said Fred, too sexy. I'm too sexy. Remember that? But you're keeping it contained. This is nice. It's nice to see this for you. Now, of course, I'll clarify and I'll see the nonsense because we're human and that's just the way it is. But I like what you're presenting. So you got a nice natural oomph in 2025. At some point, you're like, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Yeah, you are. The Emperor, man, I like where you're sitting. And you do too. Sense of empowerment, achievement. Okay, my will, my way, but it's the Star. You're being navigated by something higher. Some of you are really killing it in 2025 in terms of your goals, your dreams, your sense of aptitude, energy, what it is you want to be doing and tied to and identified with and why. You're making things happen in 2025 and you're a part of it all. I mean, you're kind of surveying it, right, as the one who's kind of ruling over everything, and that ain't bad, you know? Let's jump on into it. Let's see that Knight of Wands. It's like I say, you feel extra, extra. You know? You have some sort of energy spike and surge in the new year. It could predate Aries season a little bit. What's going on? Let's see that Knight of Wands, please, for Virgo. Wait. Four Swords, Temperance, Queen of Pentacles. Oh, that's based on work, honey. Oh, yeah. You said I took a nice long nap? No, it's the metaphor. Four Swords, Temperance, and the Queen of Pentacles. You've done so much good work on yourself. Lots of healing in there. Lots, a ton of it. Oodles of healing. Oodles of personal rest. But again, it's going to be exhausting, though. I know it looks super easy. These things always look easy on the surface. It looks like you took a nice long nap and it was just what you needed. Temperance. No. Temperance, even though it looks so peaceful on the surface, is actually quite turbulent and it takes a lot of time. Temperance equals time. A lot of patience and compassion of the self is required in order to achieve it. That's why a lot of people can't mess with it. Temperance requires us to look at our light as well as our dark. Okay? That's what the two cups represent. Things we love about ourselves and things we don't love about ourselves. All our emotions. And it's the kind of healing, again, that's very much internal. It's very quiet. Okay? It takes a lot of work and a willingness to look at the self. All the good stuff and all the not so good stuff. It's one of the best ways we can learn about ourselves, but it takes, like I said, a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a willingness to admit faults and a willingness to admit rights and wrongs. You know? What makes us who we are, what we've done, why we've done it. So when I tell you you've done a lot of healing, that's exactly what it is. You know what it did? It's job. You're much more in touch with your sense of self-worth with the Queen of Pentacles there. So, yeah. You're feeling a lot better about yourself in 2025. Knights of Wands, now it's starting to show externally. You did the intense work on the inside, and now it's showing externally. People are going to be like, Virgo, you look so different. I'm like, what's going on with you? It's going to be like that. So, I don't know if you're one of those kind of standard Virgos, you can't stand attention, but you're going to be getting some attention in 2025. You're like, oh, you look so good. What have you been doing? Oh, because you're going to be glowing from the inside out, you know? And that's how you know someone's done the work. They just have that, the inner peace with themselves, the inner calm. You've done so much of it, and I love that you're in touch with who you are, your self-worth. You look so grounded, calm, and steady. So yeah, you're due for energy spike, Knights of Wands, and people will be like, oh my God, what have you been doing? Oh my God, how much water are you drinking every day? You're taking a particular type of vitamin? Like what's going on? What's your deal? You're like, a shit ton of internal work. That's what it is. But you did so good, and it shows, and it will in 2025. What's going on? Let's see the Emperor, please. So whatever, my point is, whatever healing journeys you might have started in 2024, you know, when, that was up to you. For some of you, it was last fall. Yeah, it's turning of the leaves. For some of you, it was last fall. You will see the accumulation of your work by next year. Okay? And people are going to point it out to you often. What are you doing? Did you get your hair done? Did you start lifting weights? Lifting weight of the spirit. Yeah. You're not going to be able, it's going to be hard for you to articulate it because there's no quick response to that, right? You know? It's not like, oh, I started taking better care of myself, or I started, you know, making collagen mixed drinks. And no, it's, you'll know. You'll know. Let's see that Emperor, please. Now, you're not perfect, but I like that you're at peace with you. Yeah, you deserve some Knights of Wands. You're going to get some recognition, honey, next year. All right, let's see that Emperor, please. The Knights of Pentacles, Knights of Pentacles, Two of Swords, and the Queen of Cups. You have some unfinished business here that you want to finish up. It's a slow thing, it's a steady thing, but you're empowered now to handle it at some point in 2025. I see you trying to stand up near someone's heart space with the Queen of Cups there. You admit you don't know how it's going to go down mechanically, but that you would like to meet it where it is. I do see this person as being outside of you. Yours might be one of the first ones I'm saying that, where it's clearly someone outside of you. It feels like someone's outside of you. You've kind of already shown me your beautiful sense of self and heart space, so that one feels like it's outside of you. I see you determined to connect with somebody, and you admit you don't know the details. You admit you don't know how it's going to go down or if they will meet you in that space, but you say you're going to try. As the Emperor, you say it's important to you. This is looking like unfinished business, and you would like to finish it up, whatever that means to you in 2025. Okay? It doesn't look obtrusive. It doesn't look obnoxious, you know? But you are showing me I'm going to stand up for myself, and I need to connect with this. I hope that they will join me. I understand I don't know everything. They may not meet me there, but I'm going to try. Okay? I would say good. You're coming from such a good place and such a beautiful space. Whatever this is, you're ready for it. Okay? I don't think you knew you'd be doing that in 2024, did you? No, I don't think you did. You might have had a sneaking suspicion, but honestly, until you did the work, you may not have known. That's what this is, predictive. You were slowly headed in that direction. That doesn't mean that you had much confidence behind it or determination behind it, you know? But you're in such a good place to try to meet this wherever it is. It does feel like unfinished business, but you would know best what that means. Okay? Let's see that star. It may or may not be related. Let's see that star. Let's see that star, please. Let's see the star. Dream a little dream of me. The Hermit, that's you. The Hanged Man, the King of Wands. Wow, you feel so good about something. You really do. You feel so good about something in 2025. It gives you a lot to think about. It seems to be in reaction to whatever this is you intend to meet halfway. Which, again, you admit you don't know how it's going to go down. You're going to try. Okay? You'll be glad that you did. Gosh, there's so much more for you. Not just in healing, but then that sense of experience, and this is what it's all led to. This is what it's all about. Everything that happened led me up to this space and time. And it's going to give you so much to think about. But there's a sense of correctness that it provokes in you with the King of Wands there, a sense of ambition. Makes you feel like you can reach for more, strive for more, achieve more. There's someone here who influences you greatly on your star path, and connecting to them to this day, or I should say in future in 2025, still makes you think you can reach for more. So it's a strong influence. This is someone who's meant to shape your path. And if nothing else, it seems to boost you in this subject of I can keep going for more. I can keep reaching for more. There's a part of you that's so ambitious. Someone here gives you perspective on that and how you can reach for more. It turns you on, it lights you up, thinks there's so much more ground to cover, opens you up to new ideas and spaces. You've already accomplished so much. It feels like you're just getting started, to be honest. You may not know that yet. Why would you? Like I said, you've already accomplished a lot. Sorry, that took me to some places. I don't know who this is. This one you say, it's unfinished business. They meet you halfway. They're determined to do this. It's almost like connecting this person makes you hungry for more. Which, again, I have to point out, you've already accomplished a lot. But it'll just make you want to reach for more. It's like the difference between wanting to reach for more and knowing that you can. It's knowing that you can. God, I want you to reach for more too. It's like, imagine a big dose of vitamin B12 or B6, and it's this great big cocktail of energy. So this person hits you with it. It's like, yes, I can reach for more. So again, you're already used to sitting at your own particular throne and the seat of your power. You're very comfortable with this. Imagine that heightened. All I know is that you've become more visible in 2025. And it's partly because of this influence. Your visibility gets higher in the sky at some point next year. And you want it to. You want it to. Perhaps you didn't know you wanted that, but you do. You want it now. You're getting hungry for it. I really don't know who this is to you. It's a combination of things between unresolved business, heart space, and a sensitivity towards goals and life paths at the same time. It's quite a bit. But I do know this, you're prepared, honey. You are very prepared. Of course you are, in Virgo. But I like how you're out there in the end, really being able to appreciate how far you've come already and how much more you've yet to go. Because you want to. Okay. The world. Okay. Be open to new possibilities in all areas of your life. So as we know, the world isn't just about closing off, it's also opening up. I'm not really seeing a close off here, except perhaps you are coming out of your period of rest to engage with the world more. But yes, I see you opening up to new possibilities in life and extending your pathway you want to. It's kind of like you're saying, bring it on right there towards the end. But yeah, you want to be open to all possibilities in your life, not just a couple, many. Okay, number 36. Helpful people. Yeah, that's it. That's all I know how to describe that person. There's a softness in there that suggests heart space, unfinished business, but inspiration behind it too. It's, I guess, a helpful person. I'm going to pull one more for you. Number 3, you cannot make a mistake. There are infinite possibilities available to you. Where's your heart guiding you? On this, you cannot make a mistake. I like how you kind of show me here. I admit I don't know the logistics of it or how it will turn out. I don't know, but you're open towards it. Yeah. Okay. You're open to the influence. We have the letter Z, L, E. We have the ladybug, the indication of good luck. Yes. We have the dragon, sign of Aries, and then fire sign, empowerment. Once more, you might have some very sharp Aries in your chart. And then we have the dog tag associated with the word protected. We are protected in this. Okay. Virgo, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Capricorn, welcome to your New Year's prediction read and happy birthday. Happy birthday to my beautiful Capricorn collective. If your birthday already passed, I hope it was joyous and splendorous and just fun. And for those of you who your birthdays are upcoming, man, it's got to be a blur, right? Between the holidays and New Year's and your birthday. Maybe it's just one big blur for some of you. Regardless, I hope it's fun and it's spent in good company. Yeah, I really do. Happy birthday to you all, my beautiful Capricorns. And the fantastic energy, steadfast energy that you bring to this channel. It's much appreciated. Show me, Capricorn, in the new year. Some of you be talking. 8 of Wands, incoming communication. What's going on, please, for Capricorn? 2025. Show me Capricorn, please. 2025. What is going on? Let's see, Cappy. Queen of Pentacles, the Hanged Man. Who else opened with that straight away? I cannot recall. I'm sorry. And the Seven of Swords. That's interesting. You're saying you're comfortable with yourself. Good. And that you do your best to honor your sense of steadfastness and your sense of providership and, your sense of comfort zone, who you are every day. That you recognize who you are and your self-worth every day. You try to abide by those principles. Good. You're saying you've had a lot of time to think about something, the Hanged Man. And your decision is, at some point in 2025, is to lean away from something. A situation, place, circumstance, or person. And again, this is going back to you've thought about it and you've come to a conclusion that you think best represents your sense of self-worth and who you are and what it is that you believe in, stand up for, stand by, all the principles of the King and Queen of Pentacles, okay? In other words, there's something here that you can't fully incorporate as being worthy of your time, energy, and effort to invest in, but it's more like a quiet acknowledgement. I just see you leaning away from it and saying that's what's best for me. Okay, so if that's what you're saying, then it's probably true. It's based on the Hanged Man having taken time out to think about things. Pause, okay? Not act right away. And not jump to any conclusions either. Let's see. So if that's true, then I'm going to probably lean into that with you, all right? And that's, there are situations where sometimes you just kind of have to quietly exit or quietly lean away from, okay? That doesn't mean it's pleasant. But you also have to know when to do things like that. And again, it's just at some point in 2025. You may not know what this is yet. That's one of the issues with predictive reads. There's a good chance you as a viewer cannot relate to anything I'm saying right now. You know? See, like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Yeah, it may not apply for a while. Yeah, we'll go along, see if we can get some time frames, yeah? Let's see that Queen of Pentacles, please. And Five of Wands, the King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. Wow, tell me your Earth sign without telling me your Earth sign. Whoa. You have very strong properties of self-regulation attached to you. Worth, experience. This is good stuff. And when it comes to your sense of worth and can-do attitude, I see you at odds with somebody. You two have different ideas of what constitutes sound investment. Okay, we're not always on the same page. I don't know who this is to you. It may not be a spouse or romantic partner. It could be a business partner. Okay, you're both claiming experience. You're both claiming heads of state. You are both claiming the sense of I know best. I know what a good investment is. I'm responsible. Okay, I'm a provider too. You're both going back and forth on this. There is an argument in here. Okay, let's see that Hanged Man, please. Let's see that Hanged Man. Let's see that Hanged Man. Let's see that Hanged Man, please. The Empress, Two of Pentacles, Four of Swords. After much due thought and consideration, you've rightfully concluded you're not on the same page with this person, but you wish that you were. You've tried to see things from their perspective, but you're saying, I got to be true to my perspective. I have to agree. It may not be the case that either one of you is wrong. You might both be a little bit right, but that doesn't mean you want to go along with what they're saying, and that doesn't mean that they want to go along with what you're saying. This has to do with a lot of earthbound decisions, guys. Okay. And it seems to have or be directly in line with properties, work, home space, something like that. We're in conflict about it, and you don't want to be. And you've given us a lot of perspective. Your conclusion is to not participate in order to make peace. Okay? Remember, it's something I say all the time. You get to choose your level of participation. You're like, you know what? If that's true, and it is, I'm not going to participate in this. They can do what they need to do. Okay? It's because I don't quite know what this person is to you. Let's take the analogy of, like, say, a house. Let's say two people here own the same house. But you want to remodel it one way. They want to remodel it another way. So let's take the cartoonish example where you see the house divided by like a long line of tape or paint, you know? And it's clearly divided from one side to the next. So you're going to remodel your side of the house where your tape line, right, begins and where it ends on your side, and they for them. You still are living under the same roof. You're still both responsible for the same house, but now it's just your side is going to look like your side, and their side is going to look like their side. And you're like, it's the only way to make peace. You know, on the outside, one side of the house is, say, white, and the other side is, say, black. But you're like, you know what? They want what they want, and I want what I want. We have very different ideas of what constitutes a good investment here, but it's both of ours, and they got to do what's right for them, and I've got to do what's right for me. So, to your credit, though, you are saying you did try to compromise with this. But there seems to be a lack of give and take and true compromise. Okay? Someone's really showing me it's got to be their way. And you're kind of like, I'll step aside and let them. Because I'm going to go over here on my side and do my thing. What's right for me. It's like, I'm empowered. I'm with myself. I'm comfortable with myself. If this is what they got to do with their side of the house, then let them do it. Okay? And you concluded this is what's best. You're also saying, just don't expect me to join in. You might have joined in, helped, or participated had there been more compromise, but it doesn't seem like there is. So it's kind of like, you know what? You do what you got to do to your side of the house. Just don't expect me to help. Okay? So you see what I'm saying? Take that analogy and apply it to you or at some point in 2025. Let's say the Seven of Swords, like I said, you're like, I've thought about it, and it's not that you're wrong, and it's not that you're entirely right. So, you don't want to try to compromise? This is where we're at. I guess it's very you. I'm having a chuckle because it's you, isn't it? I guess it's very you. All right, let's do that Seven of Swords, please. So again, I don't know who this is to or what your relationship is to them, but it's like the best thing to do here, because I know better, and apparently they're supposed to know better too, Let them do what they say they got to do. I'm not going to fight over this anymore or keep trying to find compromise over it. All right, let's see that Seven of Swords, please. You don't want to accrue any more damage. You don't want to accrue any more. There you go again. Six of Swords. Oh, it's the very gentle. Bye-bye. Okay, the Chariot and the Seven of Wands. Yeah, you see, it's again, it's kind of like, count me out. I'm not going to participate. You're not moving so far away from them that you don't care about them. Seven of Wands in the Chariot. But you're saying, what I feel for this has boundaries, and I'm not going to cross my own boundaries. Like, that's it. You're telling whatever this is connected to you at some point in 2025. Again, I have no idea what the hell this is. You didn't give me a clear enough context. I'm sorry. It's just heavy earthbound, and it seems to do with material matters like shared property, shared business, something like this. Okay. Where you don't want to lose the value of this person and what they bring, but you're not able to actually say in all honesty that you agree with what they're trying to do. You're just saying, don't count me in. That's what you want to do with your half of the house. That's what you want to do with your half of the business. You do it. I don't quite know. All right. But that's what I'm saying for you today. And it's, again, it's the kind of mental relinquishing, mental acknowledgement. But you're saying, as far as your heart's concerned and its forward momentum, you have boundaries and standards, and you're not going to do what they want to do. It's the expectations you have set for yourself, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I just see reinforcing your standards and boundaries after someone here failed to compromise with you. So it's not that they're so inherently wrong that you completely pull the plug on this. You didn't world it. You didn't death it. You know what I mean? It's just, don't expect me to participate. So I don't know why this is such a prominence feature for you in 2025, but I just know it seems to be very critical to some earthly matters for you. Okay? Gosh, you know what that reminds me of? This reminds me of that old story you hear in Netflix and HBO about the band, Where Are They Now? And it's like the band is just starting to take off and get some recognition, and the lead singer wants to pull it in this direction, and then, you know, the lead guitarist wants to pull it. That's what it looks like to me. You both have outstanding experience. You both have outstanding recognition about what constitutes, you know, success, profit, comfort, responsibility. But your two ideas are not meeting in the middle. It's not that you haven't tried. You tried to make it compromise. You tried to make it work. So whatever this is, isn't so argumentative that you're telling it to fuck off, right? But you're also like, I'm not going to be here, and I'm not going to shell at the expense when you do your side of the house. That's all on you, boo-boo. That's you. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, no, you're not going to cross the boundaries. But you're not going to stop them. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I wish I could make it more clear. I honestly cannot. Hopefully it makes sense to you at some point in 2025. And you honestly, logically conclude that this is the best course of action for you. Oh, it's a no. It's a no. I think this is the one I was meant to see. It's a no-go. It's a no-pass. You know? They said no to compromise, and you're saying no to sticking around and finding out. So, dang. You know what's interesting to me? You're not even showing me stubbornness. Just like, you know what? I'm not going to stop you. You know, you're your own person. Just don't... count me out. Okay. I'm sorry, Capricorn honey. I really cannot pull more from this than I've already seen. And hopefully this helps you when the time is right. Unity in Phoenix. Number 34, a time of divine understanding, renewal, peace, and hope. You radiate and attract great love. Be prepared for renewal after a period of crisis. Whatever this is, you don't want it to drive you two so far apart that it creates a permanent wedge. Like I said, you didn't show me the world. You didn't show me Five of Pentacles. You didn't show me death. It's just, you know what? I'm going to leave you right here so you can do your thing. Okay? But don't expect me to participate. There is this hope that you two will unify again later. Okay? After they rise and do whatever it is that they need to do. You didn't burn the bridges, honey. You didn't. You just refused to participate. Okay? This represents a period of crisis, perhaps not necessarily to you, but to them. It might be a period of crisis for you and the challenges that it poses to leave this alone. But the idea is that you are kind of playing the long-term game here. You, in the long term, want there to be unity between you two. So you're not going to interfere. You're not going to prohibit. Okay? All right. Well, I think that's very wise of you. Wow. I want to know if this makes sense to you now, but there's a good chance it won't. But if it does, feel free to put it in the comments. We have the letter X. We have the medallion of Sag. Some of you might have some very strong Sag in your chart. Could be connecting. And then Sagittarius season might be important to some of you. We have the unicorn in reverse. There's just no sense of magic here. No magic, no beauty, no state of independence, no state of grace in this. There's something you're turning your back on. And then the owls in reverse. It feels unwise. Lacking of insight, lacking of wisdom, lack of communication. Yeah. When somebody's insistent like that, but they're not showing the elements of wisdom behind it, we can't help but question their decision. But they say that they're experienced, they know what they're doing. All right, then. You're like, go on then. Do it. Capricorn, honey, I'm sorry, but also I'm not. I hope this helped you because it looks like it's going to come up for you at some point. I'd rather you know than not. You know what I mean? Regardless, I hope it helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Once more, happy birthday. Be well. Scorpio, welcome to your New Year's predictions. What's up? What's going on? Show me Scorpio 2025. Show me Scorpio 2025, please. I guess you could say we're doing highlight reels today. Show me Scorpio. Seven of Cups, Eight of Wands, and Temperance. Oh, it looks like at some point, okay, in the future, you'll be opening up, all right, from the heart space, considering options in love, or just trying to remain open. Specifically, as it relates to communication, you're like, I'm going to be open to some communication here. Eight of Wands. We'll see what that's about. And Temperance could be good for you. Could be healing in nature. We'll see. All right. Pretty straightforward. That's nice. I'll clarify it, and it might get real complicated. But for now, it's quite nice, actually. I see you trying to remain open from the heart, and it's not always easy. People forget Seven of Cups isn't just options in love. It's just remaining open to an emotional experience. That means it could be negative, too. You know? So whichever that communication is, we have to assume then it could be positive, it could be negative, it could be a mixed results. You know, some of it's easy, some of it's not so easy. Regardless, I just know that you benefit in terms of temperance and healing. Whichever this is, looks soothing in nature. All right, let's take a look at that Seven of Cups. Let's take a look. Some of that Seven of Cups, please. Show me that Seven of Cups. What's going on? The Hermit, Page of Cups, Two of Wands. Yeah, you're really leaning into, and I can't stress this enough, you are leaning into keeping your heart open, but from a place of wisdom as the Hermit. You want exposure to this. You do. I don't know that it's soft. I don't know that it's romantic, but you keeping your heart open towards whatever this is, you're saying it's good for you. And this is a decision that you conclude for yourself with the Two of Wands. That's active communication as well, once more. So we're talking, we're deciding to talk, we're deciding to keep our heart open, and this is based on wisdom and experience and insight. You're saying this is good for me. You know, whatever comes out of these cups and my remaining open towards them, you're saying it's good for me. No matter what, it's good. Because you're learning a lot from whatever this is. It's healing, very healing. And the Hermit's one of my favorite cards for healing because it's based on experience, wisdom. Having walked the path, you're saying my keeping myself open towards this benefits my path. And that's based on experience. You want to learn from this. You want to be influenced by it. You want to extract from it so you can heal from it, whatever this is. Let's jump on over to this Eight of Wands. So now I'm curious. What is this? What is this? No, I like it. Whatever this is good. Some of you are just looking to be more open in general and gaining influence from others who are positive in your life. Who knows? Some of you are seeking good counsel at some point in the future too. That could also be that. The Hermit represents the mentor, the teacher, the good counsel, all those things. Let's see the Eight of Wands. Let's see the Eight of Wands. Let's see the Eight of Wands. Or it could be someone specific. I don't know. But you learn a lot. And you get a lot of emotional peace from this too. Good reflection in there. It's so simple. Let's see the Eight of Wands. Eight of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and Justice. Stuff that didn't used to make sense will be making sense if you keep the lines of communication open with this. But it's going to require clear lines of communication. Okay. Eight of Swords, Seven of Wands, Justice. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be parts of this you don't want to see. There's going to be parts of this you don't going to want to be clear to, or it's like, oh man, it's hard hearing some of these things in future, but it's also correct. Justice is here. Whatever it is that you're learning, not only is it healing in nature, it's also correct. That doesn't mean everything you're learning is easy. Okay? But you're doing a good job of keeping yourself open towards it. Not all lessons in there will be straightforward. I just know it helps you feel more balanced in the end. Okay? So I really don't know what this is to you. It doesn't look threatening. It's just some of the things that you will learn are not going to be the easiest things to hear. Okay? But it seems to do good for you. And that's all I care about. Okay? I wouldn't want you to keep yourself open and exposed to something that ultimately would harm you. Okay? What I'm seeing here is the resistance of some of the information makes you uncomfortable. I was like, I didn't know that. Or there's things you just didn't know. Or there's insight at last over a difficult topic. You name it. I just know it's correct. And even though it's initially hard to hear, you kind of convert that difficult energy into, okay, this is truthful, this is useful. And that's true. So long as it's truth, we can work with it, right? It's better than whatever it was before, or we didn't quite know, understand, or were confused. Okay? Or we told ourselves we couldn't handle it. No, it's something good here we're learning. It's just not always easy and straightforward, but it's there. Okay, let's see Temperance, please. There's a lot of good healing in these words and a sense of correctness once more with Justice. I would very much like to know who you're conversing with, but that's, I suppose, just me being nosy. Let's see Temperance, please. Let's see Temperance. It seems to do you good, honey. That's all I know. Temperance, Six of Wands. Whoever it is you're talking to, they benefit too. Is that who they are? Soul bond? Even if you don't believe in soul bonds, that's cool. I understand that's not everybody's cup of tea. It's just the idea of uniqueness. We spent time with this person. We have many a memory with them to go way back, that kind of thing. It's that unique undercurrent between yourself and someone else. Sweet memories. And almost a sweet understanding of each other without, again, using direct words, which means the Six of Cups is the most prone to damage because there's a lot of things unspoken there. We just kind of take the energy for granted that it's cool. You know, it's not. It's an easy way to screw up a Six of Cups. Assuming that what's felt between two is immediately understood. Whatever this is, where you two go way back and you have memories and you've shared cups, literally shared cups. Try mine, I'll try yours. Shared plates, memories. Memories made over the table, that kind of fondness, you know. It means temperance to the both of you. And a sense of both of you feeling better about each other and the connection. And you both might have a sense of victory in that respect of, I feel a lot better about this and I'm glad that you do too. So again, I don't know who this is to you. And like I said, there will be points where there's some things you're like, I did not know that. Or, oh, that's hard to hear. That's that stuff we take for granted with our Six of Cups, the details. It can mean a lot. It's one thing to have impressions of somebody. It's another thing to hear it directly from their mouth, you know. Other things that were never said or overlooked. But I insist, the Scorpio I'm looking at, you choose to remain open towards this because you understand inherently, based on experience and wisdom, that it's better for you to learn than to shut this down, which you could do. Eight of Swords can shut things down. Okay? But you're blocking that. I won't shut this down. I'm going to listen. Okay? And you learn a lot. They do too. It's not just you. They're in there too, of equal 6, temperance. It's equal division. Okay? Again, you both benefit. I'm just being like extra. Like what? Hey, you know, a soul bond is, this could be a sibling for all I know. It has a lot of those elements that suggest this was here. Yeah, Knight of Wands. And perhaps we just kind of took the connection for granted and assumed we both understood things about each other. This kind of thing. Knight of Wands, the Fool. This is such an energy spike. Knight of Wands, the Fool. Oh, fuck. Oh, sorry. That was my... I'm sorry. I just had a real moment. Oh, no. The question is, do I go back and... No. I just said, fuck you. That hit me so hard because I'm like, oh, it all crashes in. It all crashes in at one time because it all makes sense at one time. You know, that feeling. And then you just have that moment where you got to release the pressure because you just, you know, it's like it's bubbles in the champagne, honey. It goes straight to the head. Anyway, the Lovers in the Chariot. Oh, I was going to say that's a very strong, almost, it's that leap of faith energy that just sparks so hard between two people where they just feel foolish around each other. You two have that kind of tendency to feel foolish around each other. I can see where this kind of connection might have been taken for granted on the deeper issues because I think the feeling between you two was just so easy and swift moving for such a long time, or that's what you two were always accustomed to. Because you two spark each other up so intensely when you're around each other. One person feels foolish and the other person feels hot-headed or hot under the collar, and it's just and that can create, all that energy can get in the way. And it's the Chariot with the Lovers is like, fuck you, because it's just got that kind of swiftness between you two. I can see where a lot of things might have been taken for granted over the course of your two Six of Cups connection, with all the energy flying around between you two. I mean, I can see where things just in that heat of the moment or the passion, just a lot of things were overlooked, such as the respect of one's thoughts and their words and their reflections. So there's going to be a lot of good healing between you two. So when it actually fully reconnects, I honestly don't know. I suppose when the timing is right. We're not doing time checks today, but look at that. The Lovers, the Chariot, the Fool, Queen of Wands, Knight of Wands. Man, goodness me. You two have a plethora of energy flying around you two when you're together, eh? But it's like, I know there's more context to this. I knew there was. I just knew it because over here, you two have a way of seeing each other finally at last and appreciating each other better as individuals. And, you know, what's behind it, though, is a lot of vavoom, okay? It's instantaneous connectivity. I can see where energy like that would get in the way of your two's connection and not taking each other's words and thoughts and feelings for granted. So I don't know what caused the division, but you two are doing some beautiful healing that, again, I'm not telling you what to do, by the way. Tarot doesn't dictate action. You do. Tarot's approved choice, not the absence of it. The Scorpio I'm looking at, based on years of wisdom and experience, says it's better to try to open up and heal towards this than to shut it off. Okay. Wish number 35 for some of you. That is the indication of Aquarius season, which is right around the corner. Your heart's desire is ready to come true. Okay? And the Moon for some of you by the next full moon. around the full moon, number 21, the moon. Pay attention to your intuition at this time and move ahead confidently. Okay? Some of you feel comfortable navigating by the cycles of the moon, this kind of thing. But a lot of nighttime energy, night sky energy, where the magic happens, yeah? Yeah, it's beautiful. Perhaps some of you by the next full moon, which I'm not sure when that is, but it will be January, like I said. Actually, it may not be Aquarius season by then. That might be... still, let's just call it late January. Yeah, look it up, okay? I don't have the calendar in front of me, and we all know who I am about that. Okay. Big happy changes. Lovely. And a yes. That's a yes. That's a yes. We have the letter I and B and A. We have the medallion of Taurus as well as Scorpio. You might have some Taurus in your chart. Could be connecting. Isn't that what these two are, of course, the polar opposites? Isn't that the way of it? Same is true for Aquarius, Leo, and then, of course, who else am I? Anyway, everybody's got their divine counterpart. So we have that sense of strengths and weaknesses here, the yin and yang concept as well. Even if you don't identify as like a Scorpio is not your dominant, or Taurus, something like that. The idea is that we have the counterbalances here. All right, we have the butterfly twice. Oh, yes. Well, now, doesn't that make sense? That makes perfect sense. We have two butterflies here. Not once, but twice. The both of you. The both of you benefit. The both of you heal. The both of you transform. And then the four-leaf clover, a touch of luck. Just a little bit of luck. Yeah? Okay. Scorpio, honey, I hope this helped you. Put it in the comments. Take care. Be well. Pisces, welcome to your New Year's predictive read. What's going on, please? Oh. Show me, Pisces. What is going on for Pisces? Oh, come on now. Let's do one more, I think. Let's see, Pisces 2025. That's better. What's going on? Six of Cups, the Magician, Eight of Wands. I want what I want. You do. You do. And, you know, you're showing me Six of Cups here, Soul One, whether or not you believe in that. That's cool. The idea is you and somebody else go way back. It may or may not be romantic. It's entirely up to you. But the idea is that we have a unique undercurrent with someone else, right? Emotionally, it's there. Emotionally, it kind of connects easily. And spiritually, too. The Magician, your higher kind of manifesting self, says, I want this. I want to talk to it. Eight of Wands. Okay? So you're in possession of that knowledge, which is half the battle. I'll clarify. But right now, it looks like you're in possession of that knowledge. The more people understand their manifestation, the higher the success rate. Okay? Now, when we involve someone else, the trick is they have to want it back. But you already got the hardest part done. So you're being very honest about that. When this is true for you in 2025, I don't know. Let's start right there with that Six of Cups. Of course, sweet nostalgia of the past. Someone who we know. And like I said, even if you don't believe in soul bonds, it's just a unique connection. It's different. It teaches us different things about ourselves and why we are the way we are. It gives us a good place of reflection. And we want to talk, bare minimum. Let's put it that way, bare minimum. We want to talk, okay? But good for you for acknowledging this. Good for you for trying to get yourself lined up to it, okay? For you acknowledging it, that's a big part of it right there. A lot of people really want this and they won't admit it, I know, for one reason or another. I'm not saying people don't have their reasons, but that also means you shouldn't be lying to yourself either. Don't tell the universe you really, really want this and then turn around and reject it at the same time, you know, because then you get mixed results, and that's never good. Six of Cups. But yes, this person has to want to reach back for it in order for it to work. Two of Cups, Temperance, Eight of Cups. Okay. There's an opportunity here to heal a kind of emotional vacancy between yourself and this person. Someone walked. To be clear, it's two. I'm seeing a record profile of two people. Six of Cups, Two of Cups. The best way to define it, one person was emotionally absent, unavailable, or wouldn't acknowledge their feeling. The other person might have physically walked. Okay? This is all the past. I'm not trying to focus on the past. I want to move this forward. But since the Six of Cups is the first card drawn, and then after that becomes skill, action, okay, future. I have to, well, you're showing me kind of where you're coming from. And I kind of see a two-parter there, okay? It's an equal division here. But there's a sense of time has passed since that, okay? Since someone couldn't show up to their feelings and someone else walked, time has passed. And yet, we feel and still feel that love remains within ourselves and possibly with the other person. So that's honest. That's good. Two of Cups is still there. There's that sense of we line up now, perhaps more so now, emotionally than we did back then. But perhaps you're right. I mean, if that's true, and it looks like it is, why would we be manifesting it? So let's move on to that. Let's say the Magician, please. Perhaps we are indeed more in line with the feeling today than we were whenever that separation occurred, you know? Let's see that Magician, please. Let's focus on the future. Let's see if that communication comes through. I have the vision of a well. I don't know what it's about. Well, what about a well? I don't know. Something about a well. Sorry. I don't know. You know, what is a well? A wishing well, toss a penny into the well, wishes come true from a well, drawing water from the well. I mean, there's so many things it represents. And then also pulling deep from within ourselves, that well of emotion. All right, King of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, and the Ace. Oh, honey, that. No. Shut up. Oh. You might have some earth in your chart, but that's not a point. It just. Oh. Shut up. Oh, okay, stop. Ew, feelings. I know, it's like, wait, aren't you a Scorpio? Yeah? No, it's because I feel things so deeply. You ever been too much sick? It's like sick on like too much sugar, you know? That's what it's like to me. So it's like a little bit for me goes a long way. It's so beautiful. It's almost like, oh, because I can feel the richness of it. I can feel the quality of it. You have so many beautiful components in you. Don't get me wrong, you want what's best for you. You do. Practically speaking, as the King of Pentacles, you want what's best for you. Providership, responsible, head of household. You want to be seen well, treated with the respect and dignity that you deserve and that you've worked so hard for. But you're also saying, I want my heart to feel the same way. You've done some beautiful work in here, and you want the acknowledgement. You want the acknowledgement. You've done so much work, not just in real life, which I see is attached to you. That's a no-brainer. But your Ace of Cups is like, I've been pulling in more for myself. I'm manifesting more for myself, and I acknowledge that. And I've put a lot of good work into my feelings. My heart's open, it's ready. I want it acknowledged, please, dear universe. I want my equal. I want my measure of worth returned to me. So you are manifesting then from a very honorable, good place in you. Based, again, once more on a lot of work you've done for yourself. And you're saying, I'm in touch with what I feel now, and I know who I am. And like I said, I want what I know I'm worth to be recognized and returned to me. So it's not just in reality, you want it in your heart too. And you see that space as being open to whoever this is. Now, I'm not saying that they're the love of your life. Your heart might interpret them that way. Okay? I don't know what's going to happen. I can look. But I just want you to know, regardless, you're worthy of whatever this is, whatever it is that you're feeling. And if they don't reciprocate, okay, fine. You know? But in your heart, you know who you want. But more to the point, you know what you're worth. Okay? And so long as you have those two things, really, you know, I suppose there's really nothing you can't accomplish. But I want it to be returned to it. I do. But I'm just aware that people have choices, and you're aware people have choices, right? If their soul reaches back to you, you'll know. Let's see that Eight of Wands. Let's see that Eight of Wands, please. Let's see that Eight of Wands. Pisces, honey. May they be worthy of you and you of each other. I can tell that you loved each other once upon a time in your own ways. But someone, like I said, wasn't available and the other person walked. Okay? This does happen. Let's see that Eight of Wands, please. Queen of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. We want to clear up confusion. I'm seeing a response. Someone who says they know what their worth is. They want to clear up the confusion. Good communication skills, I believe, are being returned to you. They're done so carefully. Okay? I do see this person clearing up things. Eight of Swords. All right? And it's a measure of who they are. It might come across as a little straightforward and to the point at first. Okay? But communication and things are being cleared up. Gosh, I wish I could press that point. I'm tempted to press that point just a little bit more because I don't know, honey. I feel and sense the softness in you, and that's based on a lot of good work and really appreciating who you are. I appreciate a good, thorough conversation. I do. I would feel a little more comfortable knowing where their heart was. They are communicating to you out of a place of practice, skill set, very clear, swift communication that wants to clear up confusion. That's as I said, I just want to see their heart. I just want to, just for you. I wanted to push it. I wanted to push it because you're being so steady. I was like, just let me see their heart. Just let me see their heart. Just let me see. Because I was nervous for you. I was legitimately feeling sensitive and protective of you because you've done such beautiful work, and you're so clear about your manifestation. And again, the thing with manifestation, I wish people understood, it's so much easier to manifest from the point of view of skills or goals or money, even compared to the heart space, because it does require the free will of someone else to meet you in that space. So in other words, they have to want it back in order to connect with you. And that confuses people immensely about manifestation. That's because it seems to be willfully misinterpreted. It's not about getting what you want. It's about getting what's right for you. And that means they have to want it back, and then also has to be right for them to some extent. And it is. So I just wanted to make sure that if you were going to show up with your heart and your intention set, I wanted the same for them. It seems to me that they kind of put forward very clear, if not to the point, communication with you first. Maybe that's a starting point. I'm like, okay. Can I see the heart, though? It's as big as it ever was, apparently. And King of Cups, it's a big old heart space. That's the thing with deep feelers, however. The King of Cups there, all right? They may not necessarily give it all away. They might hide it, not to be malicious, but because until they feel comfortable releasing their feelings, it's like, it's one thing I know what I feel, but until I'm more comfortable with you, I may not express it to you. Something like that. So it could be all talk, all business with this person at first, clearing things up, but the heart's in it. Okay? All right? Big heart, compassionate, fellow water sign. All right? Oh, gosh, that made me nervous there for a second. Okay. I had to see it. I had to see it. Okay. That's at some point in 2025. That's a very distinct background that obviously already happened. Okay? But that's one of the benefits, though. Just seeing some of the past, you can already kind of tell if it's you. At one point, do you openly manifest and put it out there? I don't know, but it's beautiful, and you would know best. Number 28, the snake. Now, don't let that freak you out. The snake actually in tarot, the spiritual arts, is considered transformative, therefore positive. Your intuition and healing powers will guide you to a better path, okay? Just exercise caution. Yeah, that's it. That's all any of us can do, all right? You have to trust or be willing to trust the transformative process, that time has passed and healing can take effect in this kind of thing. And that's it. I mean, that's all you can do. But if you just remember what I say all the time, no change plus no change equals no change. Okay? So that's both sides. Okay. So therefore, if we want change, we need to demonstrate change because we're talking about love. 17. Love surrounds all your connections. Move forward positively in all areas of your life. Okay? Beautiful. No need to worry. What was that, Prince? No need to worry. No need to lie. I would die for I would die for you. That's what that one is. No need to worry. No need to lie. Yeah, that's a good one. Of course it is. It's Prince. What else is there? All right. We have the letter J. We have the medallion of Aquarius. It could be Aquarius season is important, which is right around the corner. The key word here being friendly. Some of you might sound very critical Aquarius in your chart, by the way. And then the season might be important, like I said. And then we have the Pegasus in the upright. This feels magical. It feels very magical, very unique, one of a kind, that kind of thing. Yeah, I think you're right. All right, Pisces, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well. Cancer, welcome to your New Year's prediction read. What's up? What's going on? Ooh. What's going on, please, for Cancer? Show me Cancer, please. What's going on? Let's see, Cancer. Three of Wands, the Six of Swords, the Knight of Wands. Oh, well, congratulations. Let's get the bell out. Ding, ding, ding. I'd ring it every time somebody shows me something like this. And because I want to celebrate moments like this. There's something here you're not going to wait on anymore, at least in 2025. I don't think it started now. You still have a bit more of a reflection to do before you get there. But eventually, you're going to take a moment to look at yourself and how you've been waiting on a cliff. And that it does not suit you to wait there at the cliff, hoping and wanting for something anymore. You'll be moving away from this Six of Swords, and you'll be so happy you did with the Knight of Wands. You're not there yet, but at some point in 2025 you will be. So, let's talk about it. Let's take a look. It's always a good day in my book when people stop waiting. I don't know, waiting to move forward, waiting to move on, waiting to give themselves permission to do something. Just waiting. I hope it'll come to me. I hope I don't have to do anything. All that crap. Just stop. Stop. It's a waste of hope. We want to use hope for the good stuff, right? Let's say that Three of Wands, please. That's what the Three of Wands, that's why any of us wait for anything, is because we have hope attached to it. So make sure that that hope is correct and that it's real and it has room to mean something in your life, you know? We want to hold out hope for the good things, the right things, people, places, things, situations, circumstances, etc. Let's see that Three of Wands. Five of Wands, Ten of Cups, Eight of Swords. There's something here in the family, or Ten of Cups, okay? Ten of Cups, once more, is not directed at just one person. It's kind of like a comprehensive emotional network, which I know you can appreciate, but it's the harmony principle between yourself and several others, i.e. family, friends. When we look out upon the world, we're glad to know these people are there. For you, Eight of Swords, Five of Wands, there's been tension in your Ten of Cups, and we've been trying to ignore it, hoping it'll go away. It has not. Okay, it hasn't or it won't, and that will become very evident to you by 2025. A source of tension that you had hoped it would clear up. You hoped it would get easier. You hoped it would get better. But also, Eight of Swords, it was also kind of like saying, I want to ignore it. You don't want to participate, make the tension worse. But that also meant you had no clear insight about what was going on or how it could possibly get better. So again, that was what you call unnecessary waiting. Don't get me wrong. I want you to hope that things will work out with your family and friends and the people closest to you. But the fact that you weren't willing to look too deeply into it suggested you knew, right, that it wasn't just going to clear up. And you waiting around for things to just hopefully get better, that wasn't working for you. Okay? Especially if you couldn't see a way out of it, or you kept kind of putting it off, or found ways to bow out of the participation, you know? You didn't want to get caught up in the conflict. You didn't want to make it worse. All that stuff. It's all in there. But yeah, you wanted things to get better. Nobody wants to have infighting with those people they care about, you know? All right, let's see that Six of Swords. You making the active choice to stop waiting for things to get better, for things to just smooth out, hoping the other people would knock it off. Whoever's causing the ruckus, I'm like, well, I hope they figure their shit out. I don't want to, you know. I see where you tried not to lean on it to make it worse. I get that. But you also didn't know how to make it better, right? There's times you got caught up in the argument, and there's times that you would back off. I know. I'm not saying you didn't completely do anything. What I'm saying is it got to the point where you felt you could do nothing. You know, except sit there and wait and hope things would get better. And that's just, like I said, that's no good. That's no good. Okay? And when you get into that space of you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, that's just no good. You already know what the outcome is going to be. It's going to be a whole bunch of nothing. Okay? Let's see that Six of Swords. I want to see how you do this, though. I want to see how you do this. I'm curious about this. Three of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Star. Oh, man, the second you drop that Three of Wands crap, you're gonna feel good. Wow. Wow, that was very distinct. You feel glad that you did. Very glad that you did. I know it sounds weird, but it's almost like, wow, this was easier than I thought. Wow. Six of Wands, the Star. I mean, you're even congratulating yourself for moving on from this and what took you so long. Dang. I get that you have a higher calling, the Star. It's like I could be putting this good energy into something else that calls to me. And mind you, this is a very consolidated, prediction for 2025. So I'm just kind of giving you the highlight reels, if you will. There's not a lot of detail in here. Okay, so there's a lot of finessing between what I'm saying and what you're reaching. But I just know that when you stop with this, hoping it'll get better, you redirect your energy almost instantaneously to something a lot more positive that speaks to you. It makes you feel so good, like a sense of triumph. And moving on from this, you feel like a huge goal is accomplished in a way. Just let it go. Excuse the overhead noise. I'm recording during the holidays, so my daughter's home from school right now. So I want you to achieve that. I do. Like I said, you're almost making it look easy, but that was a lot of waiting too. And the second you give it up, your life turns around. The second you leave that alone, the second you separate from it, you feel so achieved and accomplished, and that stupid feeling of helplessness and uselessness, it goes away, right? That sense of damned if you do, damned if you don't means nothing happens. It's indifferent. It's neutralized. That means nothing gets done in either direction of good or bad. And people can exist in that for years of neither anything good nor bad happening. Because we're just so busy waiting on nothing. You see what happens when we stop waiting. So you're powerfully demonstrating that today. You're making it look easy, my friend, and it's not. So at what point you reach your hinge where things turn like that for you? The difference between, say, a squeaky, rusty door to a finely oiled hinge door? I don't know. But at some point this year, when you stop participating in whatever that is, hoping it'll work out and smooth out between yourself and one other or several other persons, you leave it alone, God, it's going to feel good. But more than the point of feeling good, and you do feel triumphant, it's almost a little bit cheeky, but to me it's coming across as, this is so much easier than I thought it was going to be. Like, I can reach for other shit now. I can reach for anything at all, the star. It's a far-reaching concept, the star is. It's really hard to reach for that when nothing changes. You know? Let's see that Knight of Wands. I mean, yeah, you got some extra energy, honey. But that Three of Wands, I wonder how prevalent that was for how long, honey. How long were you in that state of unchange between yourself and others who I'm sure wish you well, who I'm sure love you underneath all this? But how long were you waiting for their permission to... No, you gave it to yourself. You didn't have to. You could have just stayed there. But you gave yourself permission to move forward. It's so powerful. Knight of Wands. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's a Swiftie. Fortnite. Sorry, that took me a second. I'm not very familiar with her work. I have to admit, though, I do like Fortnite. That's pretty cool. That's a good one. Yeah, I'm not a Swiftie, though. I will own that right now. But I heard Fortnite right when I was looking at that. I associate the Fortnite song with the Lovers because of the music video. Anyway, that might have relevance to you. King of Pentacles, the Six of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles. And you're on your way. You're going to feel so fucking good getting on with your life, moving on with your life. Oh my God. Cancer. Wow. Wow, you look so happy and healthy and thriving and balanced. Secure, balanced, happy. What else is there in this life? What else is there? What else is there to be happy, healthy, and thriving? Good energy, but a grounded sense of self with the King of Pentacles. I know who I am. I know what I'm doing. I know what my self-worth is. And you feel good, Knight of Wands. That's natural energy. You don't need a Red Bull for that, okay? It looks good on you because you're feeling it. And then you have a Six of Cups here with a Six of Pentacles. I mean, grounded and founded and feeling good with yourself and someone else. That's clearly in the picture at this point, but it's further out though. You look so happy and you look so secure. Your energy measures up almost perfectly with someone else, and it's a sweet someone else, you know? It's a nostalgic someone else. We're familiar with them, but we have such a happy balance with them, and they make us feel grounded, and they're with us kind of like every day, or it feels like that. It feels so good. Look at where you came from, and I'm waiting, and whoever is surrounding you, they don't give you permission. They don't give you permission to move on. They don't give you permission to resolve with them. And when you give yourself permission to move on, you make things happen. You make things happen for you. That's the way it should be, honey. No one's going to give you permission to do this. You have to do it for yourself. You have to give yourself permission to move on. And I don't know how. I don't see the mechanics. Like I said, we're doing the highlight reels today. But still, you'll know when the time is right in 2025. When you say, I'm waiting around for this to resolve and it's never going to fucking resolve. I want to reach for higher things and I can't so long as I'm attached to this. And I don't know what is in that 10 of Cups that you're at odds with. I don't know if it's one person or multiple people. But all I know is that when you start making decisions for you, okay? And stop playing the waiting game for other people's approval or insider permission. How do you live your life? And at what point do you get to be happy? When you do that for you, you make things happen, okay? All right. Ask for help from others. You might need some insight on this one. Friends, something. Some people that you can trust with all this, all right? Waiting and waiting. I want you to stop waiting. I want you to stop waiting. You have a whole world waiting for you, and I don't even think you know it yet. Perfect time. Ask your angels, what's the timing? What's my timing? Listen, when you ask a question of guidance of the universe, angels, God, however you want to do it, okay, you will get an answer. Be prepared for that answer. Listen. Listen. The timing, when. If you ask a serious question, you will get a serious answer. So listen to it. Okay. Marriage. Either this situation I'm over, this unhappy, lopsided 10 of Cups. And I mean lopsided in respect. I can understand where things get out of whack with a couple of folks. But if this involves a unity that is marriage, it's been undivided and unequal, and it's causing disharmony, not just between you two, but between several people in the family context. That's a problem. It could also be over here that I'm seeing what looks like a very happy, healthy, thriving union that could result in marriage. It could be both. 20. You are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love, okay? If you are attracting emotional fulfillment and unconditional love here, you are met with the same. Indifference. Unchanging, okay? And that's no good, which means you have to give yourself permission to change or move on or move forward. And then plain 26. A journey is indicated, either physically or metaphorically. Your life will become more full. Oh, I see that. Absolutely. Cinnamon. I hear my cinnamon. We have the letters I, J. We have the jellyfish, the many tentacles. Oh, you're a deep feeler. And I think you're that person who can appreciate how your tentacles or your roots intertwine with others. You're very conscientious then when you move one thing, how it affects the others. I know. But that means things here aren't settling either. And you can feel that too. I don't know if they'll ever settle back into place, and you waiting around to find out has not helped. I think you are a deep feeler, and I think sometimes what you feel can shock you. Okay? But nevertheless, they're real as valid as anything else, and why you try to be mindful of other people's feelings and how you balance with them. Perhaps you've been a little too indulgent. Waiting for others to feel okay so you can feel okay. Fuck that. Life's too short. There, I said it. Okay, we have the Book of Wisdom in reverse and upside down. I know you know better. I know you know better. You have a lot more knowledge and insight about this than you've been allowing yourself to see. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more. We have, there's your medallion, Cancer. Some of you might have a very minor placement in Cancer. I don't know why that. Moon. Could be connected to, is Cancer season important? Your season? But if you're not a dominant Cancer, it wouldn't be your season. It's over the summer period for those of you who are in the Northern Hemisphere. Anyway, perhaps for some of you, Cancer is your North Node. Okay, and then we have the medallion of Aries. Be courageous. Okay? Courageous. Keyword there. So you might have some very distinct areas in your chart as well. Okay, Cancer, honey, I do hope this helped you for 2025. This, for the Cancer I'm seeing, this waiting period is so long, there's no way you're not aware of it now in 2024. That's how drawn out this is. There's never a good time to make major changes. There's never a good time to move on until it is. Okay. All right. Like I said, I hope this helped. Take care. Be well. An idea. Let's wish everybody a happy New Year. Happy New Year's. Uh-oh. Happy New Year. What is this? Well, Happy New Year's.